Hello.
Hello, hello. Are we hype? Are we ready? Have we found ourselves in the zone?
We are back with the FireRed LeafGreen any percent tournament.
So, what can we say about the FireRed Leaf Green tournament? First of all, what does any percent mean? Can you tell us a bit about that?
So, in any percent, we're going to be completing the game and becoming the champion, basically, as quickly as possible. In some games, especially in the Pokemon world, there is a distinction between any percent and any percent glitchless. However, in FireRed LeafGreen, sorry about that, there aren't really any useful glitches for completing the game faster, so any percent and any percent glitchless are just the same thing.
So, one of the things that I've had a lot of questions about before this is, does that mean that we'll be visiting any of the 7 islands? No, we're not going to be seeing any of the extra content that comes with FireRed in this setting, but we will be seeing a few extra mechanics and a few extra changes from the main focus of red and blue, because
Oh yeah.
the more modern, changed version of the game has a few things that aren't viable. We're not going to be seeing any male Nidoran's in this setting.
There could be, theoretically, but it's very unlikely.
Listen, if
And
anybody
we're not going
picks
to
up,
be maining it.
yeah, if anybody sees a male Nidoran in this, and anybody picks a male Nidoran, then we should just worship that person. They are the bravest person I've ever seen, and that takes commitment to the legacy of red and blue.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we're gonna see now in a second is they're all gonna go to the lab, and then they're all gonna wait for a second, because this is the most difficult part of the run, which is the dreaded laboratory. In the lab, you have to try to hit the manip to get the Squirtle that you need. There are specific stats that you need for that Squirtle, but if you look underneath everybody's name, you'll see that these Squirtles are already there. We've already picked these in before the game started because we really wanted to make sure that all of the Squirtles are correct. The last thing we want to do is have people racing and failing to get the manip and not being able to have a viable run. So, the Squirtles are predetermined, and we're gonna load up. You see everybody like reloading. You see Kapital reloading there in a second, and all of that is to get the correct Squirtle. And this is all just to make everything smoother and make everybody run viable at the start.
Did Headbob get it? Nope. Alright, so Capital also noticed that he had a female Squirtle, which is very unlikely to be the correct one because female Squirtles are... there's a 1/8 chance for your just everyday Squirtle to be female. So most of the time, you're going for a male Squirtle when you're doing the manip, so he just went ahead and reset instead of checking.
And that's where you get the predetermined boy.
Did Odden get it, or get the manip, or I actually didn't see it.
Me either. I was looking at the other screens and the resets. I'm looking at all the stats. I'm trying to get these numbers down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
An HP of 1. I'm not sure that's 100% correct.
Right now it looks right. So.
Is that a shit injured?
It's
Squirtle with a 1 in HP.
Yeah, it sucks, but like 1 is like way better than 0. It sounds really, really ridiculous to say that, but it's actually the case.
So, now, next thing we're going to see is the delivery of Orc's parcel, which just means walking up and back down. There are no Pokeballs in this part, which means that none of the HM Pokemon will be catchable at this point. But what kind of HM Pokemon are the runners looking for?
Could you repeat the question?
What kind of HM Pokemon are the runners looking for?
The HMs, they just want a Cutter and a Flyer. A Rattata can learn Cut, and a Pidgey can learn Fly, so there's some cases where they'll just go ahead and catch those things on Route 1. That being said, they're not going to actually camp. At least I don't think they will, because you can get a Cutter and a Flyer later as well. You generally want to have one of each by the time you go fight Misty, but we got a little bit of time, like 20-some minutes, so...
Yeah.
And also we don't have any Pokeballs to catch these Pokemon with yet.
There's
another thing.
spreadsheets and spreadsheets about the statistics about all this. But at the end of the day, some really smart people, potentially you included actually, have looked into the data, looked into the sets, and found that Squirtle is better than Charmander because of all the different things. Oh my god, we have sound! Our tech guy is saving us. So yeah, we have Squirtle and Charmander, and the comparison is a big deal because Squirtle can learn Surf.
Yeah. And then also, Charmander just gets held back by its fairly limited move pool for the late game, and also Kanto really doesn't like fire types. The first two gyms are rock and water in that order. It sucks for Charmander, but for Squirtle, that's perfectly okay.
So we've got a nice bit of a tempo for Squirtle. We've got a nice bit of a more comfortable feel, better moveset, more enjoyable life. He can learn Surf, which means he can swim. And I'm saying he because, I mean, like you said, it's far more common to get a male Squirtle.
Yeah, I think Capital's running a female Squirtle though, so just Squirtle in this case, I guess. I don't know.
Speaking of Capital, he's already made the delivery, and so is Odd. So they're having a chat with Professor Oak. Headbob is just about getting in there too. This means that we're almost at the point where Pokeballs are online, and the people are going to be looking to catch their Rattatas, they're going to be looking to catch their Pidgeys, and I mean, if they don't get them, it's fine. They can go after Mount Moon, and they can catch them catch Spearow maybe. Depends on what they like.
Yeah, Spearow is an option. Auden going ahead and checking the lab sign. It's important that you know where you are. Because getting lost is always pretty bad.
He's got to kick the sign. He's got to show the lab that he's the boss in this situation. That he doesn't have to make this manip today. Today he has a Squirtle.
Auden getting Pidgey, same for Capital. So let's see how much they weaken it. Capital double hit the Pidgey to try to get a better catch rate, and same goes for Auden. Actually, no, he's killing it for experience.
Yeah, let's talk about a little bit of insider trading here, because I had a bit of a conversation with Auden before this. His strat is not to catch a Pidgey. He doesn't plan on catching them at all. He wants to zoom past it. He wants to try to get some splits in a very specific way.
Alright.
So he was letting me know some of his plans, his strategies, his hopes and dreams for doing well in this race and being happy. But we'll see how Surge comes out and decides his fate.
Oh yeah, Surge is a fight.
Lieutenant LT Surge, the run ender. First thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure that you check your hands in all those garbage cans, root around and find a button. And if you don't, you gotta try again. It's just annoying. And then after that, it's the electric gym. And you don't really want to be going up against the electric gym when your main Pokemon is water type. And it's a fast electric gym too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Surge has a Raichu, just like in Red and Blue. However, we're using at that point Wartortle. So for those of you who know who have played Sword and Shield, you would know that electric has a type advantage against water. And therefore, it's going to be a hard fight.
And Raticate do be zooming though. Raticate, sorry. Raichu do be zooming though. Raticate wouldn't be any problem. I mean, Wartortle would be like, okay, bite me. I got a big shell. I don't care about no bites.
Now we're over in Viridian Forest, heading over to Pewter City. Going ahead and grabbing that antidote right there, as you saw on Auden's screen, and you're going to see on Capital's as well, because we're going to be fighting a Weedle trainer, and Weedle knows the move Poison Sting, which can poison you.
Odd with some pretty decent RNG so far. He's only caught one Weedle. Let's hope that everybody gets this good luck and we get some fast runs today.
Yeah, so far the forest encounter luck is looking very neat.
Is Capital's his token canopy that he needs to encounter? Headbob's being taught how to catch Pokemon. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
The old
fun
man.
fact about that catch tutorial, that Weedle can be a shiny. We actually had that, I think, a week before the tournament from one of the racers.
Yeah, that blesses the
Daniel...
run, right?
it's just time loss. Like, you can't even catch it. We actually had... And then I think over the weekend, Pickle Plop actually got a shiny rat and caught it. That was pretty neat. So we've had some interesting shiny luck, actually.
It's a very speedrunner mentality. Oh, I got a shiny. That's time loss. It's gonna have an animation. We don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, in Pickle's case, he didn't have a rat at that point, so he actually caught it.
Pretty glorious.
Yeah. Pretty epic to go cut, like, the bushes in Erica's gym with a shiny rat. That's, like,
Headbob
some
is
next
just,
level flexing.
Headbob has just slid into the Viridian Forest now. Headbob being a pretty big name in some of the speedrunning communities. He's run Red, he's run Oras, and X and Y. He's been speedrunning for a few years now, but he hasn't actually been speedrunning FireRed, LeafGreen. Around about a year at this point. So
Yeah.
when we're talking about experience level when it comes to speedrunning, he's one of those old hat, but
No, Capital died!
Kapital died. Oh my god!
Oh gosh.
Oh well, Pidgey's the main Pokemon now.
What was that? What was that Metapod? That color on Headbob's screen was weird.
It goes
Either way,
in and out. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the cards get dealt sometimes. And
Oh,
hopefully
goodness.
this can be recoverable. We gotta hope the Kapital gets that time back, because the last thing we want to see, the last thing absolutely, is for Kapital to get hurt by this. We want to see him come back. We want to see that glory, that triumphant return.
Yeah, definitely. And now, oh gosh, I think I know what Odden's doing over here, actually, with the movement. I think I know why.
What's going on?
So, he's actually the world record holder in Blindfolded Brock, where you beat
Yes.
Brock
Oh my god,
without-
yes. Yes, he is.
Blindfolded.
I saw this.
So, I think he's doing this blindfolded, or some version of blindfolded.
He's showing us his true power. He's gonna
I'm
take
saying
the
honest.
blindfold off, and it's gonna be like an anime where you take the weighted training gear off, and he's gonna be like, and now my times are even better. I can sense my way to Brock with the power of empathy alone.
Oh my goodness. Imagine losing to a blindfolded runner.
I've been pressuring Odd to do the entire run blindfolded. Now that would be
Oh goodness.
truly glorious.
So, Odden died to a
Oh.
high roll scratch. So what happened there is he was in Torrent. Torrent boosts your power by when you're below or at 1/3 of your max HP, your water type moves get boosted by 50%. However, when you're in Torrent, that also means that you're going to be you have a chance of dying, whether it's to a crit or just like high roll. So Scratch high rolled there and did 7 damage on the Squirtle that Odden has, and he died.
So if we're looking at the stats, Odd's got some pretty decent speed on his Pokemon, but it's
yeah,
not exactly
31's
the
really solid.
that's special. Isn't it SPD for speed?
I think, in all honesty, Odden has the best of the Squirtles because he has a lot of HP, and all of them have really good attack, though 31 is not necessary for Squirtle.
So the secret technique, the insider trading secret technique that Odd is going to do is, since he has 31 speed, he wants to focus on killing Rattata and Pidgey instead of catching them on the first route. What he's going to do is he's going to sneak in. He's going to skip the Carbos. He's going to skip to grab the Carbos in the Pokemon Mansion. That's his own words.
Oh, I see. Honestly,
He's gonna
that's
Galaxy Brain.
a very solid idea. Say Headbob's turn on the Sandshrew here. Whereas Odden's gonna go ahead and kill this one-shot this Geodude in Torrent. Getting sand attacked, unfortunately.
Oh no, you
He
never
hit
want
through
to get
and
sand
killed.
attacked on Brock. You
Alright.
hate to see it.
Brock can't sand attack you. But
No.
the Sandshrew from Camper Liam can. And let's see, Odden is now in Torrent. Hit the range. He did hit the range. Okay, so he hit a 9 out of 16 range.
Ooh.
So what happens is, with ranges, for example, the high roll that killed Odden on his first fight with Liam, Pokemon damage rolls are not consistent, and there are 16 different rolls that can happen. From 100% of the damage that you can do to, I believe, 85%. All of them are rounded down, which is why the max roll is a 1 out of 16. Because literally nothing else will be...
A quick comment on what Kapital is doing. He got poisoned, and instead of curing it straight away, he did the very straightforward strat, as we were talking about Torrent earlier. He walked a little bit, he had a little bit of a stroll, let his Pokemon suffer for a little bit, like a really cruel trainer, and then he cured it afterwards when it was in Torrent. So now, Kapital's Squirtle will have extra power, but at the same time, probably not his best friend at the moment.
Yeah. Headbob's going to be going to keep Torrent after Brock, which is really nice for Route 3. Kapital did not save, so he's just going to go right in on Liam. So hopefully he doesn't die again.
So we're going to see now that Headbob is leaving Brock. Keeping that Torrent is a pretty big deal, because at the end of the day, getting into Torrent is hard enough, but getting to the point where you can level up and still be a third or below, that's really nice. That's a nice thing. You always want to see that.
Yeah.
You don't have to get hit by something randomly later on. Odd's having a chat to having a chat with a scientist, going to give him the running shoes. Now that's, you want to see the running shoes. They make everything so much nicer.
And Odden's going to actually show us an example of what happens when you don't have Torrent for the beginning of Route 3, as he's going to be heading on into the fight Bugcatcher Colton. All of Colton's pokes are 2 shots without Torrent, whereas with Torrent, they're all 1 shots. So let's see if he gets Tackle. Does not.
Some bad luck right there.
Oh, there it is. Oh, no!
Oh no! All of his RNG was earlier on.
Alright. Getting hit there would have been good.
Let's hope he doesn't poison him.
Works.
Okay, we're good. He's in Torrent. Okay,
right.
There you go.
Yeah. He keeps Torrent for the next level up as well, so...
Speaking of Torrent, Kapital's even in the red bar.
Oh yeah, red bar. He's gonna probably heal this though, because here's the Onyx. Onyx knows Rock Tomb, and that would definitely kill at 5 HP. Oh, never mind.
There's not much that won't kill at 5 HP. Looks like that Squirtle's in a bit of a bind.
Aha! I see. That was a good one. Alright. Let's see. Kapital's just gonna go ahead and kill the Onyx instead of stalling for Torrent, which is acceptable.
Yeah, it's an option. So, we see Headbob running down this route now. He's going to just slowly clear everybody out. One of the things that you'll notice that he's doing is that he's choosing to talk to the Pokemon trainers instead of letting them notice him. This is because when you talk to them, it's a lot faster than if they, they get that exclamation mark above their head. They go, maybe I'll have a chat with this guy. And they walk up to you, they get over a little bit of, lack of confidence, and then they give you a conversation. That takes about a good 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it does take a little bit.
So what you got to do is, as a speedrunner, it's your duty to approach them, and kindly talk to them and give them the opportunity to have a chat in a Pokemon battle. They really want these battles. They really do. But they're just so shy that they don't want to start it up. They need to build themselves up, That's, they linked my Twitch and it's completely wrong. That's fine. I don't actually stream, so it's not important for you to know what my Twitch is.
Well, it works out, I guess. Alright. It's alright. Let's see. Odden taught Water Gun over Tackle, it appears, because he still has Tail Whip. Generally, we teach Water Gun over Tail Whip, because Tackle can be useful for weakening some HM pokes. Odden's searching for one such HM poke right now, actually, and he gets a Pidgey.
Now let's see what happens.
Never mind, he's just gonna kill it.
He's killing them all. He's vile for blood today. He sees a
Genocide
Pidgey.
run out here.
He's gotta kill him.
There's a Spearow.
Let's see if Odd is a man of culture.
Oh, now he realizes he doesn't have tackle.
Oh,
he just tail whipped the Spearow.
Because Watergun is also a spec.
Way to...
So tail whip.
Oh, he's just gonna chuck a ball. Yeah. Because Bubble isn't the most reliable move for weakening a level 6 Spearow, especially if you're in Torrent.
Ooh. Does he get it? Oh,
Why
wow.
even
He's blessed today.
Oh.
Throw the Pokeball, get the luck.
Why even bother weakening Pokemon?
You just gotta believe in yourself. If you believe hard enough, that Spearow, like at the start of the Pokemon anime, at the show that everybody, I hope, has watched at this point, you throw the Pokeball at the Pidgey, it gets away. You throw it at the Spearow, and you really believe in your heart, and it'll get caught. It won't tell the Fearows and the Spearows that you was hurting it, and everything will be fine, except you probably wouldn't have as good of a bond with Pikachu. It'd be a completely different show at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't believe in himself so much. So we're in the Mount Moon now, and if you notice, everybody's going to be aggressively chugging repels, because the last thing you want to do in a run where you're trying to go as fast as possible is run into every single Zubat in the world.
Yeah. Thing about FireRed LeafGreen is you can't actually really dodge the encounters because encounter RNG only progresses on tiles that can trigger encounters, unlike in almost any game, I believe. Headbob fighting the rocket spinner actually, whereas Odden's fighting youngster Josh. So you want to get a little bit of extra experience, and you can choose to get it from a variety of sources. Headbob's not in Torrent, so it's somewhat okay to fight Rocket Spinner. It's just a scarier fight. Whereas Odden has
pushed into Torrent.
Yeah, definitely gets you Torrent from 16. And Odden got a quick attack, which will let him preserve his Torrent after he evolves into a Wartortle, because we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, and he's low enough, and that's really nice to see. You know, you can get the experience from anywhere. You can take it from the youngster, you can take it from the rocket spinner, or in Odd's case, you can also, you know, fight 1,000 pitches.
He could have done that, yeah. You're not
He's got
wrong
the speed.
about it.
He doesn't need them. He doesn't need to rely on these Pidgeys at this point in time, so he's just going to kill them all. He's going to go through, he's going to knock every single Pidgey he sees out, he's going to look him in the eye, and he's going to say, "Today's not your day, Pidgey, you're not getting caught, you're not a part of this run." So, Headbob. It's the combination, the fusion.
Headbob. Oh god.
The ultimate life form. We can't deal with that.
Kappa Head Odd. No, that doesn't sound right. Okay, I tried. Either way, they grabbed the revive in Mount Moon because there is a fairly solid chance that you die in this section of the game, so it's good to have it.
If you're looking at the early game, I mean, at the end of the day, this is still a race, and when you're racing, you are racing to win. So you want to make sure that every single situation that can cause you to DNF or mess you up in any way is completely avoidable. And in this situation, what's going on is they're picking up their revives, they're making sure they have their RNG. You're going to see a lot of saving that's not going to happen in a, I don't want to say a proper run, but in a PB style run. Because they're going to be taking the time, they're going to make sure that any situation that's going to hurt them is going to hurt them as little as possible. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're crazy. Maybe they're going to do the riskiest strat of all. Maybe they're not even going to have a Squirtle at the start. They're going to roll it, because they can roll the
just hit
during
the race.
Yeah, exactly.
We have actually had 1 minute hit during the race. Shoutouts to Asmo. He was the one who got it.
That's
I want to say that was the first race I commentated this tournament. I actually don't remember exactly what. Odden got poisoned, so he's gonna potion here.
I wonder if he's gonna sit on that poison and let it slowly whittle him down to Torrent.
Yeah, probably will. Never mind. He's
probably will.
Right
never
now.
Mind.
Awkward caster curse out here. He does not. He does not have Torrent right now.
Yeah,
And
he's quite a bit off it, to be honest.
Capital is gonna fought the bug catcher Robbie.
Headbob is going to make the right decision and praise Helix.
Heck yeah. It's also faster. So when the objectively correct move is also faster, we love to see it.
Yeah. Now we're going to see a Mega Kick.
Oh man. Blessed move. Or
yeah, truly
I did not mean to say blessed. I meant to say cursed. Odden going ahead and killing the coughing out here.
Kill them all. Kapital is hitting the rocket, which means he's going to be getting Helix soon. And then his run will also be divine and blessed by the greatest of all Pokemon.
Yeah. Kapital actually has done a really good job of catching up, but he does not have Torrent, unfortunately. So
nice bit of movement. We can see Headbob popping into the house, which is because he's going to go into the garden now, root around in the geraniums and find a rare candy. Who knows why there's a candy in there? Probably some dog has buried it for later. Maybe some squirrel. Although there's no squirrels in the Pokemon world, this part of the Pokemon world.
There are Squirtles.
I'd be quite surprised if a squirrel comes into my garden and starts carrying
Capital is in dire straits over on the left.
That's a 3! Ooh, no, he doesn't want to see that. Is he confused? I hope he's not. He's astonished. Very surprised.
This Odden going ahead and getting a cutter right now out here in the grass, here in Route 4. So here's a rat. One example of a cutter you can get.
Ooh, it's pretty low too. He's going to grab that Pokeball.
Should be a good catch.
Yeah, this looks really likely. And if it is, he's got a 100% catch rate, which is really nice.
I think it's 99. It's basically a catch.
No,
yeah.
I mean, he has a 100% catch rate this run.
Yeah, he didn't even need to weaken the Spearow and he caught it. Headbob going into Misty, by the way. And Capital starting up Super Nerd Miguel.
He's gonna fight him for that.
Solid roll on the Staryu right there.
Okay. Odd is picking up the rare candy now. Headbob is looking like as if he's gonna get Starmie. Starmie, not exactly the most comfortable of all the Pokemon you gotta fight against. He's a pretty tough fellow.
Yeah, getting confused by Water Pulse, but we do grab the Person Berry in races fairly, regardless of what your stats are. So that will cure one confusion. So hopefully he doesn't get confused again, and he did not. Swift. So he's done. Gotta go Swift.
So that's that split in the bank. Next, he's gonna go up to Bill. Up the bridge, up to Bill. A chat with the
Capital getting poisoned on the left, unfortunately.
Capital's not had a very fortunate run. I mean,
yeah,
this is pretty sad.
He's doing well though.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing really well for what happened.
The dice, they look to be in Odd's favor with that glorious Spearow, the chosen Spearow. But Capital had such bad RNG, but is still persevering through, and that really shows the consistency of the movements and the plays. That there's such a very there's such an impressive level of closeness between them, despite the fact that he's had such bad luck so far.
All right, Odden getting a good roll on the Staryu. He also went ahead and swapped. What is it? He swapped Bite over to. No, don't get confused. He swapped Bite over to slot 3. Just for muscle memory, because that's where you usually have Bite.
Okay, now we're seeing a save from Headbob, because, again, this is a race and you want to be safe.
Good roll from Odden on the Starmie.
Another good roll.
Going for the range. Let's see, Headbob, the stream has unfrozen, and he just went ahead and crit the Pidgeotto in Torrent. In Torrent, it's a 25% range, I believe.
It's the freeze crit. When your frames build up, you get to crit more. It's a lie. But, yeah, okay, so, Capital has just got his Mega Kick. He's ready. Hopefully he's just been saving bad luck up, so that he'll never miss a Mega Kick. Truly, we will be blessed.
Critting the Bulbasaur. That's actually bad, because Bulbasaur is now an Overgrow.
Yeah, which is
Headbob knows this, too.
Overgrow being the grass equivalent of Torrent, so his grass moves are buffs. Buffed.
Yeah.
That's a spicy Vine Whip, and it would have been even spicier on War Total.
It just would have killed. So he's gonna Awakening, I think, here. Yeah, because it looked like it was a good enough roll for Bite to kill. I don't know if it's a range or not. I don't know it off the top of my head, because we generally don't count on critting Bite.
And now we're seeing Odd, he's going to start the same fight. Let's see what happens on this one. Let's hope he doesn't get into Overgrow as well.
Yeah.
Capital is in the hydrangeas, rooting around the orchids. Grabbing that potion.
Quick attack on Odden's side.
Whew! Pidgeotto still alive.
Okay, not getting quick attack there on Odden's side is amazing.
Yes, indeed. And he's in Torrent, 20 out of 61. Is that 61 or 51? Am I blind?
It's 61.
Okay, yeah, he is.
Also critting the Bulbasaur! That's also bad!
That's Overgrow. Oh, and he's asleep! He's taking a nap as well! He's trying to decide which Pokemon to send out.
Alright, so I guess we're just going to be assuming that Capital's going to crit the Bulbasaur when he gets there. Like, how? Either way, Odden realizing it and he actually swapped, so good job.
Yep. And he's going to drop out the antidote, the Awakening, sorry, and wake up his A. Which, considering that he has the fastest Squirtle alive, should probably outspeed this Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah.
He's going to teleport behind it and say, "Nothing personnel, kid." And give it a bite. He's going to eat that vegetable.
And then it's gone.
It's got that bulb, it's like a sprout. Now we've got the Abra. It's super effective because it's a dark type move.
Okay.
Which is not a thing that would be in red and blue.
Oh yeah, true. Bite is like normal type or something in that game. He actually bit the Abra. You can go for Water Pulse, and he was in Torrent as well. If you're not in Torrent, it's a 13 out of 16 range, compared to just using Bite. But he was in Torrent, so it was going to be guaranteed, but he just went ahead and bit it anyways. It's okay. Capital did not hit the Starmie range, unfortunately. So that means Misty's going to use a Super Potion here.
Oh no!
Heal it to almost full. But he can just go ahead and bite now.
Yeah, you really hate to see it. And then again, Bite again, very powerful against Starmie because at the same time, Starmie is part Psychic and it's still a Dark type move.
Headbob hitting his Mega Kick here on Nugget Bridge, which means he's basically just through the entirety of Nugget Bridge now.
What's that Bellsprout on Headbob's stream?
Well, that was actually really solid. That was way better than I could have possibly done. I think earlier today I was practicing my Drowsy Cry, but if you can do it, I'll let you go for it.
Drowsy? How's a Bellsprout?
I mean, if you can do Bellsprout, I trust you can do Drowsy.
Oh no, wait.
I'm not just saying this. I'm not only saying this because I just don't want to do it.
Okay, so now we're on to the Ekans. This is the rocket fight, yeah? You can tell
no, this is the youngster fight, I think.
Youngster Timmy. So we're one step from Rocket. No spoilers for you if you haven't played Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, but the person at the end of Nugget Bridge is actually Team Rocket.
I didn't even
There's the Nidoran. There's the runnable Nidoran right there.
Oh, nope. They're gone.
Ah well, didn't have the right nature, I guess. There's Odd taking down the Bellsprout as Capital walks into the battle against the rival.
Alright, so we've had 2 out of 2 on critting the Bulbasaur into Overgrow and then into Sleep Powder hit, which meant we had 2 out of 2 double swaps. Let's see if we get it this time around. Nice crit on the Pidgeotto.
Yeah, that was a really nice crit. Let's hope that Capital's bad RNG actually pays dividends for him at this point,
Just
but he doesn't crit because he doesn't want to. There we go. See, he didn't crit.
Okay, that's better than critting it into Overgrow, but it's not perfect. still better.
Capital stream's gone dark. What's going on there?
Let's see.
Oh well, he'll come back in a second, and we'll see that he's finished Nugget Bridge and he's gone.
Okay.
He's brought him down.
He lived. He's at 7 HP, which means he lived the Bulbasaur. So he did hit a kick.
So yeah, actually a pretty solid rival fight, like a really nice fight. That beautiful crit. He's actually, he's clawing himself back every second. Better all the time.
So Capital's the only one with Torrent for this section, which is honestly not too big of a deal, but it is something to note.
Okay, so Odd is 2 steps away from leaving Nugget Bridge, and Headbob is on the sort of grass maze.
Yeah, oh yeah. Let me gather my thoughts. Hang on a sec.
Okay, well, he's going to go up against an Onyx. Onyx, pretty nice to battle against as a War Turtle. Obviously, you got the type advantage. He's not in Torrent, but at this point, he doesn't really need it. He's going to want to look to fish for Torrent at some point, but if he can kill something now, he's just going to kill it. Anytime you see a hiker when you're running the Squirtle run that you have to face, it's not such a bad thing anyway.
Alright, he passed Youngster Dan.
Ah yes, a Danny boy.
Yeah, Dan is a spinner. We had one spinner pass already from all of them. I guess not Headbob because he actually fought the spinner instead, the one in Moon. But that spinner Dan, he has a slow poke that you just kill in one shot. So we sometimes just kind of YOLO it. It's okay-ish.
Because the type build, the type distribution for the attack, you go for your bite, you go for your mega kick, you go for your water attack, and eventually one of the slots will be kept up with a surf. But you want that bite because anytime you face up against a psychic matchup, like the Starmies, the Staryus, the water psychic is a fairly big issue for a lot of parts of the run. So you want your dark type to get crits onto the psychics. And I mean, like the recurrent villain of the whole series, which is your rival, and his Abracadabra or Alakazam, depending on where you come across him. Spoiler alert, it does evolve. But
oh yeah, pokes
you want that bite.
Do evolve in this game.
And then also you've got, you got your Mega Kick for those that don't quite hit either type matchup. I mean, I don't think there's anything that you fight that's a particular threat that is weak against fighting.
Anything that's weak against fighting?
Yeah, anything that's in the run that you notice that's weak against fighting.
There are some, and there's obviously the rocks, but like that doesn't really count because we just use Water Gun instead.
Yeah, exactly.
The FireRed LeafGreen route speedrun used to actually use Brick Break, teach Blastoise Brick Break for, I believe, Lorelei. But we don't do that anymore. We just we have a better way to do it.
Is that pray that we don't get Blizzard? Hail, I mean.
Oh no, so with Brick Break, it's not just hope you don't get Hail, it's actually hope you don't get 2 Hails. Two different sets. Yeah.
Oh my.
Whereas the current strat actually is just hope you don't get 1 Hail. It's not likely, but the likelihood of 1 Hail is better than a very decent chance at 2.
Headbob is having a chat with a suspicious-looking Pokemon. Turns out, plot twist, this is actually Bill.
Oh yeah,
pop into the machine. You gotta say no to Bill, and then you gotta have a chat with him here. And
oh yeah, you can answer no to Bill here. He just gives you a little bit of extra text on like, oh come on, just help me out, and then yeah, let's do it. There is another question that Bill will ask us later on. It's another yes or no question.
Odd solid snake in past the runner, and Capital has reached the end of the bridge itself. The journey, the adventure, and he's being offered a reward for his accomplishments, which is to become a member of Team Rocket. Now, I don't know about you, but stealing Pokemon is not a very nice thing, so Capital's going to go ahead and politely decline the offer, but Team Rocket's not going to take that too nicely, and is going to go after him. Luckily, Capital is in Torrent, and is ready to bring every single Pokemon in this guy's team down.
Odden hitting his kicks on the Oddishes. So that's really neat. I think he has 1 left too, right? Yeah, he does. So he doesn't have to ether the kick immediately here. I
nice bit of
think
tempo.
Headbob did. I actually don't remember, but either way, he's going to grab the Ether, though, because it's just nice to have some Mega Kicks in your back pocket, especially come... No! Okay, Headbob missed a kick.
Well, Headbob is going up against the Drowsy, so...
That's another miss.
Yeah. He's going to try to give him the old bout again. Like, it's... I'm surprised by how often the 3 type sets for the moves you have fit perfectly into the run.
Yeah, it just works out so well. Hey, there it is!
There you go. Because there was a Drowsy, so I had to do it. It's contractual. Like, when I signed up for the commentary, they were like, if he tells you, if he says, you gotta do a Pokemon noise, I gotta do it. Only one, though. You only get one. It's like Spider-Man in Family Guy. Everybody gets one.
Could be... So there are some other Drowsies, but we won't need to hear anymore if Glass you don't want to with more drowsy cries.
Okay, so Headbob is running down the long underground pass. Well, long underground pass 1.
Yeah, you go through the underground multiple times, and there's also a different underground that we're going to go through later as well. Going to grab the rare candy here.
It's always nice to see. And now we go into the Dark Land. The place that every runner hates to see.
Vermilion City. Just why?
You gotta go onto the boat, you gotta have a bit of a sail, and then it leaves without you, which, firstly, rude. But secondly, you get cut. Your rival's back. It's literally only been like, what? For the runners, at least, it's only been like 10 minutes since their last battle with the rival, and he's already back, and he's like, I want to battle again. And you beat him, you get cut, and then you cut open the way into the gym, and then you cry. You just fall up, you just break apart, you cry.
Yeah, the entire gym. It's just, it's a whole thing. It's just a thing. Headbob going ahead and buying some super potions and some more repels for Rock Tunnel.
Kapital is gonna heal himself up because he's fighting against an Oddish, and the last thing you want to do is, underestimate Grass type. But he is back in Torrent already. Not that that's really particularly effective against Oddish, but he's missing
Kapital
a
hit!
It's like... It's so sad!
There it is, alright. Okay, so he's gonna have Torrent for the next Oddish, and because of that, he's actually out of kick, so he can just go ahead and Water Pulse the Oddish, or go for a bite, flinch. Water Pulse is a 6 out of 16 range.
There's not even any PP left for Mega Kick. Like, stop!
And he hits
He's already
it!
dead.
Alright.
Stop it! He's had enough!
Missing the Mega Kick. So he's in Torrent though, so he can go ahead and Water Pulse it now.
It's a nice one shot. Love to see it.
Headbob getting a quick attack. That is not Torrent, unfortunately, but you can just go ahead and finish it with Water Gun. This is good HP too for the Ivysaur, so it works out. Flinch. Wow, look at that.
Oh, that's a missed Mega Kick.
No,
Oh,
that's
not
not it.
To see that. Now he's asleep. He goes. I want you to imagine this scene in your head. This Wartortle goes for a kick and just falls asleep and just crashes into the ground. It's a terrible scene. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, like you're supposed to be fighting. You're not supposed to be sleeping.
So we see Art going to the SSN. He's starting to get there. And this is the thing about the SSN is there's a lot of battles in the SSN. You can reset everything. You can have a pretty good level in session, or you can just do what the speedrunners do and ignore every single door you see, run past them all, and go straight to the captain's bay.
Okay. Odden making sure he ethers kick, and Headbob missed another kick, but he got Torrent, so it's okay. Because that meant he can just go ahead and Water Pulse the Raticate, and then bite the Kadabra, so he's through Rival.
Yeah. Kadabra is the one that starts to get spicier the longer the further along in the game you are, the Kadabra gets even more spicy. When it becomes an Alakazam, you start to have to really respect that Pokemon.
Yeah, Alakazam is really fast, and the level curve is going to balance out later on in the run, so we're going to have to start X-speeding and doing other stuff when we get to that point.
Alakazam has an IQ of 3,000 or something like that, so no wonder he's fast. He can do all these calculations in that head. 2 spoons. I can't even use 1 spoon. I have to just look at rice and be sad.
Just use a fork. Let's see,
with
Odden gonna heal here.
Yeah, you've really got to respect the Ivysaur. I mean, like, his war turtle has definitely has a level advantage, but I mean,
Poison powder.
Well, it usually likes to make your Pokemon fall asleep, but I guess in this time it's decided to be a little bit nice because that might actually push him into Torrent too.
Yeah,
it's like an ideal situation. It's like, you
I
spend.
don't know if that dies to. Actually, I think if he just takes it, he lives Kadabra, so he could just go for it, but that puts him in bad health for confusion. So he's going to have to heal on the Kadabra here.
I'm looking in chat and I'm noticing like Headbob's stat box is blurry. Spamming the rest to see the stats. Have to believe.
Here at this corner of Speed Gaming, the Pokemon speedrunning corner, we love our copy pastas. Let's see. Odden going for Water Pulse? No, okay, he did go for Bite. Alright.
Okay,
also, his cans.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, first switch is open. He saves now to make sure that he doesn't get screwed over. The last thing you want at this point in time is to not save and for it to be like, there's nothing in here. Nope, there's only trash. He's going to reset. You're going to see this a few times, maybe, depending on how lucky they are. You touch a can, you find out if it works. If that can works, I think the next one's guaranteed to be adjacent. It's always going to be one of the ones next to it.
Well,
so there's 2 trashes.
He just checked.
Fortunately.
Not adjacent. Can. Alright.
On the bright side, he did pick a bottom can, and that turned out to be the one with the switch, which is lucky because it means there are only 3 cans.
Is he not resetting?
Okay.
Wait, okay.
I don't know what's going on here.
Didn't realize he checked the wrong can, so he thinks there's no second can.
There is no second can. This is Surge's ultimate trick. Sometimes you just can't get in. Lieutenant LT Surge.
That's the thing with yellow, actually, where the second can just not exist at all. It's great, but in a FireRed LeafGreen, the cans actually function as intended. So we go ahead and save for after we find the first can, unless we're just YOLOing, and then we go for the second.
He's training. He's getting his war turtle used to fighting Pikachus and their evolutions. Nope, there's only trash in there. Can he do it?
Odden getting the bike voucher right now, which is totally fine.
I mean, that's an order choice. And he's well within his right to do it at this point in time. And then once he gets it, he can head on over to Cerulean and get that bike. Obviously not right now, because that would be a bit inefficient on time. But
Cans did... Oh, okay, well, Headbob found a can again. It's a middle can.
So, he's saving it up.
So we're just gonna not mention what happened the first time you found the first can, I guess.
Well, I'm just gonna chalk it down to bad RNG.
Oh! You didn't even have to reset!
Okay, now we're on to Surge. He needs to take a breather, center himself, because here's the tough bit. And he knows which can it is now, so he doesn't need to save again for Surge, because he can literally just click it and go on to Surge again.
Yeah, Odden's turn on the cans. Going around so he doesn't have to backmanip the spinners here.
See, what he's doing also is that he's skipping every other can, because what that does is if a can is guaranteed to be adjacent, that means
he's checking all of the cans.
Is he?
Checking, yeah. Each of the 15 cans can be the first can. You're thinking of, I believe, Red.
Hey, Red's the best Pokemon trainer, so I mean.
True, Red as a Pokemon trainer is broken. What happened there?
Okay. So, now we gotta watch. We gotta watch Headbob. We gotta give the attention to this one. Because this is the Raichu fight. This is the biggie. That's a double team.
Please hit.
Hopefully that means it doesn't miss. Okay, it hits. Okay, that's good.
Okay, now he can just kick or para heal, I guess, because
Full
once
heal?
you confuse the Raichu, he uses a full heal.
And then he's gone. Oh my
Right.
god, okay. Headbob may have had some bad RNG with the cans, but I feel like Surge felt bad for him. Just let him go. Freed him from his toil. And there's that one. Okay, Odd's done the reset for the cans now. I mean, can't be helped. This is this part of the game. And Headbob can leave victorious.
I think Headbob's trouble with the cans is just a manip for a very surprisingly simple Surge fight. By the way, Auden found the second can.
So I've mentioned before that Headbob has he used to speedrun Red. He still speedruns Red. So this may be a misconception, like I mentioned earlier, where the cans might work differently in Red to FireRed. Maybe slightly differently. Maybe there's only a very small difference, but it might be that.
They definitely work differently.
There you go. Benefit of the doubt. It's not even doubt at this point.
But of course, like in minipped runs, we don't care. We just minip the cans to be the first two cans we check. So
Yeah.
it works out. I don't actually know the specifics on red cans.
Okay, so
I only know enough about yellow cans to run that game, but I don't know the exacts on that either.
Top Robert has the bike voucher now. Misses the
Auden getting a crit on the Voltorb that had a 3 out of 16 chance of mattering.
So now we want to see Capital has left the boat. We're looking like as if we're going to have to hold our breath because here comes Raichu. Raichu and Odd's team.
Double team, just as you would expect.
Water Pulse. This one
Hitting
hits
you.
too. That means it's not a confusion, so it's not a double hit.
Double teaming again for
Let's
some
hope
reason.
it hits.
And
It
hitting!
hits.
Alright.
Ooh, that was spicy. That was really spicy. 'Cause you don't want it
Raichu
to miss.
5 heading a little bit, but all good. Oh! Okay, Capital just getting a quick first can.
I mean, maybe this is the time. Maybe all the bad RNG, it's been paid off. And now he can just reap in the rewards of good luck. Is that... Nope, probably
Okay,
trashing that
reset.
one. But he did hit the first one quickly, so that's pretty nice. Headbob is going to talk to the camper. And Odd is going to go to get the bike now, isn't he? Because he already has the bike voucher.
There's the... Alright, so...
Okay, there we are.
Capital has found the second can. So I think he might save again on top of Surge because his save file has not fought Tucker yet. Gentleman Tucker, as you see here.
The guardian of the surge.
Yeah, not the worst of fights, but with certain speeds, such as 21 IV, Pikachu gets a turn. Oh no. I said this was an okay fight. I guess not. But he actually hit, so it's all good. Also, Headbob and Auden have gotten the bike now.
So, we are looking at Headbob. Headbob's,
Headbob trying to run to bike the spinner, but not quite. Didn't hit the... Okay, now he's on the bike.
So, as anybody who's played Pokemon, you may not have strictly noticed this yourself, but if you're trying to move particularly quickly with a bike, or even with running shoes, sometimes it can be quite clunky and it's a little bit of a difficult movement. So if you see somebody, sprinting with running shoes or on a bike, and they just, miss every now and then, it's because it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah,
the movement
definitely.
is so important, and it's tricky. It really does show the skill of a player if they can never mess it up. It's not even a case of just getting it perfectly right. It's never messing it up that's the proof of true skill. So if you see somebody
Capital getting a double team.
Yep, and it hits. That's a good one. Shockwave.
Good shockwave
That's
there.
no. Ooh.
He's in Torn.
Yeah.
And he hits!
That's
Alright.
2 HP.
The normal Surge fight. 2 HP kind of is troll, but...
It's better
Got
than
through.
0 HP.
Exactly. So today has been a good day in terms of fighting Surge, I guess.
Yeah, which means Koga is the next one.
Oh yeah, Koga's the next really dumb and annoying gym leader. I believe he's just flat out the next gym leader.
As I was I did some research. I did some information gathering on our 3 runners today, And Headbob has told me that his least confident part of the run is Rock Tunnel. He said he hasn't practiced it as much as he feels like he should have. So hopefully that won't come back to bite him in this situation, but
yeah,
well, I'll keep an eye. I'll be curious because he's ahead.
I trust that he will be able to get it done.
Even a bad Rock Tunnel, I mean, he's doing really well. So Odden doing a what?
Sieg's pass. So you wouldn't. I don't know if you were in for the Sieg's race from, I believe, last week. But Sieg's just kind of didn't do any sort of manipping on the spinners. Okay, Headbob and Odden both missed the Venonat range, which isn't very favorable, in all honesty, but it's fine. Especially at 75 HP. If you hit yourself, you're not going to die.
Speaking of nice movement, Kapital with the buttery smooth moves. Moving around,
oh, yeah.
Hitting everything. That's just beautiful to see. I mean, like, I don't know, call me weird, but I like to see it when they just smoothly slide in.
Good movement is just beautiful to watch.
Odds in chat now judging me. Oh, I don't know if he's laughing at the Sieg's pass or if he's laughing at me.
He turns slow. No, he doesn't. I wish he did. Let's see. Kapital using the citrus berry here. I don't know if he's out of potions. Maybe that's what's up? I don't know. Okay. No, he has the bike, either way.
I'll be interested in seeing Kapital's movements from now because pretty high standard of movement I've seen so far. I'm really excited. Maybe
How many
there'll be some
kicks
time
does
saves now
Headbob
that the
have?
bike. He's got 2 legs.
Oh, okay. Oh, he missed there, but he's at high HP, so he can just go ahead and bite the Bulbasaur. Oh, he's actually going to Elixir during the battle? Never mind.
Well, it's going to bring down the Slowpoke.
And Headbob's still missing his kicks. That is definitely not ideal, because now he would die if he misses again, but he didn't, so it's all good. And he has Torrent.
Okay. There's some spooks going on with it. And that's a Bulbasaur, like, where'd she get a Bulbasaur? I thought there was only one in the whole game. It's, your rivals.
Kapital is paralyzed and fighting through. I don't
God.
know if he bought paralyzed heals or not, so...
Every time
Oh,
we
he
look
did.
at Kapital, it's just bad RNG after bad RNG.
Yeah. Let's see. Odden missed the first Slowpoke range. No, that's the second Slowpoke range. Never mind. Wait. I actually don't know which Slowpoke that was. Yeah, that's the second Slowpoke. Okay, the second Slowpoke range is pretty bad, so it's not too unexpected.
And we've got a Headbob now in the red bar. Not sure if he wants to be keeping that up for a while, but that's where he is.
And there's not too much damage that can happen from here on out. Odden missing another kick, unfortunately, but Poison Powder is alright for now.
There's the Bellsprout. Thing about Onyx, it's a snake made of rock, but it's really fast, like a really fast rock snake. It's unexpected.
It has like
it always
no
catches me off
special, but it's so fast. I don't understand Onyx at all.
It's super speedy. It catches me off
Odden's
guard
Citrus
every
Berry activating here, I guess.
Yep.
Didn't take it off, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. It also has Torrent, so works out.
Mm-hmm. And there's
solid
the
movement
Bulbasaur
there
down.
from Headbob. Does Onyx have more attack than Geodude? Nope. Geodude has more attack. But Onyx has more defense. I think. Something like that.
We got the Clefairy. Jigglypuff, sorry. Sorry, it's because of Mount Moon. I don't know why I'm thinking about Clefairy. They're both pink. Okay. And there's the Pidgeydome, Headbob with that speed. Kapital is finding a rare candy in the sand for zip zoop zaps.
Yeah,
Speed
there's
into Rock Tunnel.
Let's see. So they all have, so I think they all have Torrent now. Headbob going ahead and talking to the hiker Dudley.
Yep. Speed up a
Just
little bit.
another of those hikers that aren't that hard with Squirtle.
So, a beautiful thing about hikers is that they're either running with ground types or rock types, or basically anything that's super effective, super weak to water. So you have your water type attacks and it brings them down. But in this case, he's using bite, and I don't know how smart it is to force your water turtle to bite a Geodude, but it seems effective
some
in this
rocks, but it works, yeah. Just
Good
enough
enough for
special
me.
to kill it. Not the most logical thing to have your Pokemon do, but it works. So it's all
Pushes
good.
him up. Pushes him up to a level 32. Still in Tauren. Odd is about in the same spot, it looks like. So...
Alright, I think Headbob taking a somewhat risky pass on the spinner in the dark. We probably should have mentioned there's a spinner in the dark, but we kind of glossed over it.
You need the courage, the soul of a warrior to skip past those spinners. That's super speed. They can't deal with you. And that's another thing. There's the HM Flash, which is what's intended to be used in Rock Tunnel, but as a speedrunner, the shape doesn't change depending on whether you use Flash or not, so you just know the path, you know the route, and you just go down it. You know where people are standing. Apparently these people didn't use Flash, they're just standing there in the dark and waiting for you to use it, but I don't know. I guess that's what they do.
Yeah, they just they asked the game. They asked the laws of physics or whatever laws govern this place to just let them see through a straight line all the way until the wall. Whereas we can't really do that. We actually have to. We only get about a circle of maybe like one tile we can watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're
unfortunately,
all holding laser pointers, staring at the other side of the cave, and if somebody walks past, they're like, "Oh no, 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 no,
no,
you're battling me
no.
right now."
Yeah. Like in red and yellow, the optionals, they don't actually see all the way to the wall, so you can dodge most of them. But in this game, that got fixed. So
Their vision has been improved. One of the many benefits to FireRed and LeafGreen.
true.
The ones that needed glasses, they've been given glasses.
Another fix from Red to FireRed LeafGreen. While we're on the topic, is the trainer that Headbob's fighting, Gamer Rich. In Gen 1, he was a gambler, but here they wanted to not have as much like gambling references and such sort. There's some other like minor censorship things from later in the run. Kapital's actually fighting Eric on the left right now. I think Odden hit the Slowpoke spinner.
So we're having a very worrying rock tunnel for everybody then. Headbob, actually, the guy who was concerned about his rock tunnel, best rock tunnel. Good job, Headbob.
Just making sure he doesn't hit that optional there, the scientist or something. So there's a few different routes, and you have the option of fighting certain hikers throughout the run. Kapital opted to go for the slightly higher experience early route, where you fight Eric here. You can also achieve the same route by fighting Knob earlier in the run, but nobody fought Knob, so... He's going to hit level 33 after Gamer Rich, actually, which means he can candy that to 35 earlier than the others can, and he will achieve the same level threshold that everyone else wants.
At the end of the day, don't we all want to be Gamer Rich?
Yeah, total Chad.
I want to be
sitting out there.
Sitting there in the middle of the darkness with a laser pointer, waiting for people to come and Pokemon battle you. So, Headbob has banished the rocket guy who runs to the corner. His secret hideout. He just walks there. He's so upset that he lost that one rocket grunt. He just reveals his entire hideout. His boss is not going to be happy with him.
Headbob making sure he doesn't hit the spinner there. In the wise words of one of our veteran runners of FireRed LeafGreen, Snorms, the spinner in game corner has a lot of pokes. Then he's going to go ahead and fight the lift key rocket.
Odd is in Torrent while he's fighting against the Gamer Rich, the one we all aspire to be. And Kapital is battling against Melf.
28 out of 85 HP. That will level out of Torrent, but still very neat HP.
I don't know, I think this may be the first Zubat that Headbob has actually seen. Because of all those repels.
There were some on Nugget Bridge, I believe.
Hey, I didn't know you could use a... Okay, so...
And there's also... Yeah.
I didn't know you could use bikes in the tunnels. Is that a new thing? I know that some games
No,
don't
it's a
allow it.
thing in Gen 1. It's not a thing in Let's Go, but Let's Go doesn't really have the bike. It only has, like, ride Pokemon, but you can't ride a ride Pokemon in the Underground in Let's Go, I believe.
Okay, there we go, he's zooping around with his spinners on there.
Oh no, Headbob grabbed the Moonstone.
Oh no. What's the problem with that?
There's no problem with that. It's just in the way, you have to grab it.
I mean, maybe he wants to evolve a Clefairy. He needs a Clefable.
Yeah, the task does it, so why not Headbob?
So we gotta get rid of the two bodyguards in front of this door now for Headbob, and then he'll have his first conversation with Geo. Giovanni, by the way, not a like big bad guy, mobster, but all of his Pokemon have a bad type matchup.
Yeah.
Is it all of them? They're all ground type.
No, he has a Kangaskhan, but like Kangaskhan isn't the worst thing in the world. With his HP, it's going to be sort of questionable, but not really. Should still be fine. I think he tanks 2 Mega Punches after evolution. Assuming he takes no more damage. There are some ranges here on the 2 Guard Rockets, so he might take some damage.
Odd with his stutters to make sure that his movement is correct. It's the conscientious thing to do. He's being careful. Then he has a chat with this grunt here.
Kapital fighting the Pidgey while poisoned. Alright. I believe that's it for Picnicker. Yeah. So he can just go ahead and heal the poison whenever he feels like. Probably enough to tank a quick attack, and he's just going to do it now.
And no other heals, just the poison heal. Still in Torrent, plenty of health for when he levels up. To stay within that situation.
Headbob biting the Sandshrews. With the lower level here, it's actually a range, but he hit the range, so it works out.
Okay, so he's biting the Arbok. Being glared at.
Getting paralyzed.
Oh, you hit, see it.
Oh, he's just going for it. Alright. No, okay. He's probably healing it now. Never mind, he's not healing it. Never mind.
He's courage. There we go, he's in red bar, he's paralyzed, but
To be fair, not healing means that he can just do it on this next menu here, as he's going to candy twice. Do the candies first, I guess.
So, Kapital is gonna move around and talk to the gambler. What? A is evolving?
A is evolving.
We're gonna see our first dual cannon boy.
Big turtle.
And there we go. This, I don't know about you, but if I was speedrunning this game, this would be like the most painful part. Because you have to watch the evolution, and it's slow, and you know that if you press a button by accident, and I know I would, if you press a button by accident...
don't press B. Yeah, I think a lot of us have had that moment where we just accidentally pressed B, and then we're just like, okay. We've had some interesting examples of what happens when you fight Giovanni as a Wartortle. It's generally not too bad, but some things have happened before.
In an ideal world, you want to be a Blastoise.
Yeah. It's also more important that you're a Blastoise for Rival 4, which will be coming up soon.
Speaking of which, he's just about fighting him, but in 3 Pokemon time, Odd will be in the same spot.
Yeah.
Kapital is getting into Game Corner right now, which means he's pretty close too. So, he actually has Torrent here, so Water Pulse is a very favorable 2-shot range. So, going ahead and getting the 2-shot. Yeah.
No. That HP is amazing. 35 is slightly annoying, but it's totally acceptable for the next fight. But before we do our next fight, which is Lavender Rival, we're gonna do some shopping.
And this is another case of the making sure you want to be safe. Now, when you go into the shops and you buy all these resources, this is mainly to make sure that you're not in dire straits for later on in the game. There are some spicy opponents that you want to fight later on. For example, Alakazam.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting a staple of many Pokemon runs where we get a lot of X items. Headbob opting to sell the Nugget here.
Godspec
So
is
not
also
buying an
something
X
that,
attack.
Many people buy in runs, in the races to make sure that they don't get crit. Last thing you want to do is be crit and have just an awful fight. So, everybody is having a little shopping session while Capital catches up. It's a really interestingly balanced race. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, we're talking about Capital. Capital had bad luck. If Capital didn't, they'd all be in exactly the same place right now, and it would be such a close race. It is a tense, close race. I mean, look at Headbob. Look at Odd. Odd is just on Giovanni right now. Headbob is just past Giovanni, and Capital is honestly pretty close to starting Giovanni.
Yeah, exactly. They're all doing really well, and they're all on very solid pace to advance. So we love to see it.
Yeah,
also, Odden also has perfect torrent, so this is just beautiful for Giovanni. Tanks a Mega Punch, and also almost always gets the 2-shot. And they just get Tail Whip, so they don't even have to worry about a crit. Capital looking around on the spin tile puzzle. Right.
Nice
never mind, didn't find his bearings. Good times to charm. There you go. Woohoo! Alright.
It's something that can be done very quickly, but at the same time you have to be careful.
Yeah, the spinner, as I've said, lots of pokes. There's also another optional after the spin puzzle too. I think there are 3 pokes on that fight. I don't actually know.
So Headbob is now going to pay homage to the fallen Pokemon. He's going to battle his rival in the Lavender Town.
Yeah. So he's opting to do the X special strat here on Lavender Rival. Okay, why would you get crit there? He's going to set up to +2 and then go for a Torrent range on the Ivysaur. If he hits it, he's just fine. If he doesn't hit it, who knows what's going to happen. I think he has a Revive though, so I guess it's fine. Odden holding up to buy the X items instead of pressing right. Bob hits the range, so it works out.
So Capital is on the 2 guards to Giovanni's home. He's almost there. He's in quite a nice bit of a torrent spot. Ekans is Intimidate. Doesn't matter whatsoever. A doesn't care about that. A is a special attacker. We got that red on Headbob, fighting against the Growlithe. Again, another good type matchup by design, but going to use the Bite because you don't really need to use your Torrent water attacks if you can just one-shot
bite the puppy, you know.
Bite the puppy.
That's what we do routinely here in Pokemon speedrunning.
It's pretty crazy because, like, you'd think you'd use the water attack against the Growlithe and then you'd use the Bite against the Kadabra, but you don't. You use the other way around.
Do it the other way around, yeah.
Type
also,
matchup.
Capital hit the Arbok range. Actually, no, he's on the Eric route, so it was at level 35. The Arbok is guaranteed. Whereas earlier, Odden was level 33 and went at the Arbok and did not hit the range. I think it's 10 out of 16 at that level. Headbob, where are you going? Okay. He realized he went the wrong way. He did the red Lavender Tower path.
See, and that's the thing. See, if you speedrun a lot of similar games, sometimes you can make silly little mistakes like that. And, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's more impressive because if you speedrun games that are that similar and you're competitive in both, like that shows how well you are, how good you are at compartmentalizing different runs and different routes. I mean, every now and then you're bound to make a mistake, especially when the pressure's on in a speedrun, when you're trying to do it live. But at the same time, like, still very solid, very consistent. Headbob is in front right now, and that's
Yeah, well said. Let's see. Kapital, unfortunately, does not have Torrent because of his low HP IV. So, like, look at that. It's without Torrent. But he did confuse the Kangaskhan, so I guess it works. You can bite the Kangaskhan now. I guess, I don't know if he lives Mega Punch, though, so he's just gonna heal.
you want to be safe. You want to make sure that you're not getting attacked by RNG, because I mean, not the best experience this run.
Okay,
a little bit cursed.
71 HP, that still works. If he does do the kick strat, though, it will be kind of awkward because he's going to be not getting torn off of it.
He's fine, he's still in Torrent. 71 HP is Torrent, right?
Yeah, totally. Odden doing the kick strat that I was talking about, where you use a guard spec and then X attack and X ac. So Mega Kick is now 99% accurate.
You boot the fish.
So either way, Headbob's now fighting the ghost.
Bob's fighting a spooky ghost. It's Marowak.
Marowak.
He's gonna give it the water. It's a ground type, so that's gonna blend it into a. It's gonna send it into the afterlife in a very fast and wet way. You know, it's basically gonna be like a water park slide into the afterlife. All the other ghosts are gonna be like, "You're so cool." Now it's the rockets.
Interesting thing about that Marowak is like it has 31 IV and everything, and because of that, you're 7 levels higher, but you still need Torrent to actually one-shot it with Water Pulse. So it's actually interesting. Rest in peace, Marowak.
Odd pathing around the gravestones is almost about to face the Marowak himself.
Just a couple of channelers. None of them are particularly problematic.
The manip. He's not going to walk past it this time like the bravest. He's going to chat to this one, and then this is the last battle before the. Is that the
Kapital
last?
heading to the Snorlax.
Yep.
To wake up the Snorlax, you need the Poke Flute. You don't have that quite yet. But it's always nice to just check on the Snorlax and see how it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
generally won't give you an answer because it's asleep, but it's always nice.
No, it might have sleep talk. You never
True.
know. We never give it a chance to know in a speedrun. We don't give it a chance to tell us.
Isn't it? It's probably snore in all honesty. But, like, it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. But, you know what? I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm just going to drop that point.
It's fine. So, Headbob is up against the next Drowsy, and it's really close. They're all in the tower. And speaking of the tower, that is where Kapital is going to be heading to next. Put some sunglasses on your Pokemon, make it look cool. Now there's a Blastoise, it's got to look tough. And it also augments the buff. Augments your Dark-type moves, which is Bite. So if you come across any Psychics, if you come across any Ghosts, they're not going to be enjoying that.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, the ghost types here in Lavender Tower, we don't really use Bite because we have Water Gun and Torrent as well.
Can you bite a
People
ghost?
opting to save for Lavender Rival, actually.
Is biting a ghost impressive? There's your rival.
Yeah.
Kapital
Being
tried to see
able
if he
to
could get past
actually
that rival
find
spinner.
a ghost and bite him.
And the rival was like, nah, not today.
Solid quick attack there for Headbob.
Orders on
Actually,
the
maybe
Marowak?
not. Never mind. It's not great, but it'll do fine. Oh, okay. He got another quick attack. All right, that works too.
I've played enough Phasmophobia to know that biting a ghost is a bad idea.
Oh goodness, I have not played that before. I think I will
just
pass.
leveled up. He's no longer in the red. And now he's going to go up and he's going to fight all the Team Rocket, which for some reason have decided to all lean against opposite tombstones. Not quite sure what's going on there. Also, the tombstones up here are pretty densely packed. Not sure what's going on there. Headbob, on the
Yeah.
other hand, is outside. He's got the poker float. He can play the Song of Snorlax's people and wake it up, and then just straight up knock it out. It's awake and then it's back asleep because
Oh no, you just run from it here.
you just run
because
from
we
it.
have the. Yeah.
It just stands up and gets out of the way politely for you. That's even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Gentlemen.
like, wake up, and then the Snorlax is like, "What? Do you want to fight me?" And you're like, "No, sir. Have a good day." And the Snorlax is like, "Have a good day to you as well. I'm gonna go have a snack. Probably have a drink because you've been sleeping for a while." I know when I wake up, I get really thirsty.
Clefairy, a little bit of a troll there on Headbob. Movement wasn't like the most ideal for avoiding it, but it's okay. Either way, you get through. Capital is still not in Torrent, but 44 is a lot closer than I would have thought he would get, so works out. Gonna have to two-shot the Marowak, but that's okay.
Gonna give a bite to the Kadabra.
I think it's just Water Pulse. I think it's just
on
Water
the
Pulse.
Kadabra.
Oh, Kadabra.
Yeah, on Capital stream. He's not in Torrent, so he wouldn't do a water type attack.
Yeah,
He's got a bite.
right.
It's super effective. We got 3 streams going on. It's hard to concentrate on all.
Oh, Headbob is having some trouble with the bikes. The bikers out here.
Oh, he's done it! That's a spice!
But he got through. It's alright.
Look at that speed.
Also, there's a rare candy on Cycling Road.
Yep, it's just on the ground. In a completely random spot to any player, but once you've memorized the route, then it's pretty straightforward to see. You know, he stops himself. Max Elixir, yep. They just seem to be in completely random spots that are pretty hard to pick up, but once you've memorized the route, you know how long to wait before you stop. You can pick up the rare candy pretty solid, pretty consistently, and it's nice to see. And,
now, Headbob's heading to the Safari Zone, as he, in his own words, super happy fun land. However, we're not going to see what makes it super happy fun land in this run, because this is any percent. We're not going to be catching anything, unfortunately.
Super happy fun land, because you have to spend like half of your life in there.
He almost went for a little bit of super happy fun land. Shoutouts to Elite for round 2.
Nobody expects the backup.
Almost escape roping. Actually, well, you can't escape rope, so we actually clicked on it, but whatever. Grabbing this float restore right here.
And that's the only mandatory one, if I remember. No, there's this one too. Quah! 2 more. Yeah, there's 2 more. And then Capital is also fighting the Ghost. Odd is going back, so he's about to go onto the Cycling Road after he wakes up the Snorlax. He's gonna get some nice tea.
Also stopping
first.
by to get some tea.
I mean, that's
very obscure.
Honestly, that's why the Snorlax leaves. You give it some tea because it wakes up, it's thirsty, and it's like, I'm angry, and then like, have a nice sip of tea, and the Snorlax is like, thank you, have a nice day, sir, and then leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you give some more to the guards as well, and they're like, have a nice day, sir. Tea just solves everything, to be honest with you. And I want to say I'm a little bit biased on this by being British, but I mean, like, tea is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, but let's table the tea chat for now, because Headbob is in the next dangerous part of the run, the Koga's gym and the invisible walls. The walls aren't the dangerous part, but they're there, so I thought I'd mention them.
Koga's the
cool.
dangerous part. Capital did not get torn off of the Marowak. I didn't see what the Marowak did, but it obviously didn't hit the Blastoise there. Bikers. Okay, Odden bag nipping the spinners.
Yep.
And going a different path towards the rare candy, but either way, got to the rare candy.
Oh, there we are. But I mean, that goes less to show anything about Odd specifically, and more goes to show about how difficult this actually is to get away with. Like, it's quite tricky to grab the rare candy in the max elixir. Headbob made it look easy, and I mean that really goes to show the sort of the movement skill involved. But like, it is tough. It's really tough to do.
Okay, so Capital gets a little bit of damage from Astonish there. Water Pulse is a range on the Golbat when you're not in Torrent, but Capital didn't quite get a super damaging move. I don't really know if the Golbat actually has a big damage move. It does have Confuse Ray.
Which is the last thing you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the
Welcome
way,
to Super Happy Funland over to Odden.
It's a very quick place. I mean, I don't know, in my runs it takes me hours to get through Super Happy Funland, but in the speedrun it makes it look like as if it's not even there.
Yeah. Just a quick stopping point to grab some items, and then you just leave.
It's the shopping zone. Another safari zone.
Just a quick sightseeing trip.
He's dropped the cough.
Alright, let's see. He's in Torrent, so the muck and wheezing can be quite fun. Not in a good way.
I don't want to think about not being in Torrent for the Koga fight.
It's actually fairly okay, because you can just expect somewhere. Odden looking for the revive in Safari.
It is.
Headbob hitting his surf, so he's through the muck. Now the wheezing is coming up. Well, first the coughing, but you don't care about coughing because it just dies in one shot. So the wheezing here is a 6 out of 16 range with Torrent Surf. And it can use Sludge if you miss it.
Oh,
and it
Sludge.
used Sludge.
Oh no! Oh
And
no! Oh, that's Koga.
Yep, and it's also going to heal now. So Headbob's just going to go ahead and revive the Blastoise.
And that reason right there is why you carry revive. It's my PSA for the day. Speaking of revives, Odd is about to start the Koga journey as well.
Yay!
Goodbye, Rattata. You did your best. You served.
Tried. Really hard fight. It's like out-leveled by like 40 or so. Headbob biting here. I don't know if non-torrent surf kills here. It doesn't.
And that's another sludge, but it's not poison. That's fine. Another hyper potion.
I think he doesn't have a third hyper potion, so if he does miss this range again, it's okay. Oh, he hit it.
Okay. And that's Koga down.
That's one Koga.
It's rocky, but it wasn't horrible. There were worse things that could have happened on that fight.
Yeah. It still wasn't great, but he got through. That's what matters. And he's making his way out of the gym. Walls are still there after you beat Koga, so yeah. Now he's going to go ahead and grab Strength, because he's still in the area.
From picking up the dentures, which were also in the Safari Zone, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he's grabbed the gold teeth of the Warden, and the Warden is like, hey, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to teach you how to be strong. I might be strong, but I have teeth.
On Koga, Capital Bag manipulating the bikers. Good job. It's through.
Ooh.
Now it's Odden's turn on Koga. He's going to save, actually.
Nice bit of movement on Kapital. And that's the one thing that you like to see on Kapital's movement. It's very solid.
You can't dismount your bike. That's one way to stop your bike. To hit select. Headbob entering the water from the left, so he's doing a little bit of Gen 1 movement again. Which is still fine.
It is nice to see. I mean, brings a bit of flavour. Definitely shows where Bob has cut his teeth, where he's got his practice.
Yeah.
It's an old school player. Going for that red stuff.
Odden's turn on the muck.
Oh, it's
Gets
alive.
Sludge immediately. And dies.
Oh, the same RNG.
It's different RNG.
I know what I mean, but like the fact that he got sludged and poisoned, and Headbob also got sludged.
Oh yeah,
and poisoned
definitely
down.
the same in that.
That's sad to see. I wonder if we're going to see 3 for 3 Koga sludges into poisons into faints.
Actually, so he can just X-Spec on the muck, and then that'll make the wheezing fine as well. Headbob grabbing the Carbos for, I believe, Blaine?
Oh my god, he's going to do it. He's got those reeds. You and him have a psychic
getting
link.
minimize. How? Alright. Interesting. Just hit.
It's too
That's
small.
not hitting.
The Muck knew
Well,
what
now
was
he's in
gonna
torrent.
happen.
Okay. That is definitely torrent.
That's ultra torrent. That's the torrent to end all torrents right there.
Also, Headbob getting a bad move. So, Odden's going to be in Turbo Torrent for the foreseeable future. He has 31 speed, so he's going to outspeed what's-its-face, Blaine, so he doesn't actually have to heal for that.
Now that's
He
what I
could
call
potion
torrent.
to make Erica safer, but he doesn't have to do it immediately if he doesn't want to. Up to him.
Everybody else is running with a 33 HP, and Odd is torrenting from the dark web at 1 HP. The one shot on that Weezing though. He must have been terrified.
When you're at +1 in Torrent, it's guaranteed, but it still scares the heck out of everybody because you're just used to it being a bad range, so... Kapital is going to have a slightly better Weezing range, though. It's still a range.
So, now Headbob is going through the quizzes, answering all the questions. Because the last thing you want to do is battle the trainer, it's just going to take too long and you just answer the questions. Although,
yeah.
have we seen anybody answer the questions wrong yet?
I think so. I don't actually know.
It's easy to do when you're trying to go fast, because for the most part, as a speedrunner, you're not actually reading the questions. You just know top, bottom, top, bottom, bottom, top, something like that.
Yeah,
you
just A, B, 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 A, B. I think I said 3 Bs. I actually don't know. Odden didn't repel, so he got a tentacle, but he's just gonna go ahead and run from it. Kapital was not in Torrent for the juggler, so...
He moved a few more squares before he repelled there. That's
slightly... It's
Ab-bab.
not too bad, because, like, in this game, there's, like, a thing called, like, 1% immunity, where your encounter rate goes down slightly when you enter a new place, or when you exit a battle, whether it's a wild or a trainer battle.
And this is the part where Odd's secret technique, his final strategy, will pay dividends because he said he's going to skip that car boss.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He doesn't
I don't know how
need
many speed EVs did he got, but I'm pretty sure he can just do it.
He's on that 30...
Kapital heading into Koga, saving. He doesn't have Torrent actually, so he's probably going to be using an X spec on Muck at some point. Ooh. So
I made sure like
I'm gonna go ahead and...
I want to see this Koga fight. We gotta have a look. We gotta show the energy. Let's see if it's gonna unfreeze now and Koga's gonna get beaten. Just like we don't even get to see the ultimate technique. What a sad time to be alive. So Odd is in the mansion still flipping all the switches, but he's gonna skip one item. For some reason I thought that was the car boss there, and my mistake. He doesn't.
It's alright. It's alright.
I just got the wrong item. I haven't memorized this game. Yep, we're still waiting on that Kapital.
Odden almost teaching Blizzard to the Rat. For some reason, Rattata can learn Blizzard. It has happened many a time.
Tiny Mouse Snowstorm is cool. It's cool, but it's not what we want for the speedrun. It's got the secret key. It's for secrets.
Okay, Odden remembering to grab the secret key. And Headbob flying over to Celadon City. Now that he has the move Blizzard, he can go ahead and fight Erica.
Yeah. So Odd will take on Blaine.
Headbob
will...
Oh no, Kapital. Did MGV8 crash on Kapital? That's not good. No. That's really bad.
Want to see that. Yeah, that's... Oh...
that's gonna reset him to Koga, I guess. Oh yeah, he saved for Koga! Saving for Koga wins again, I guess.
Well, I mean, my heart stopped there for a second. I didn't want to see Kapital end up in a really bad spot, but for once, the bad luck struck.
That was very scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this definitely could have been a whole lot worse, especially nowadays, because most people don't save for Koga in races. He doesn't have Torrent, so he saved, and that sort of saved him. Let's see what happens on the Muck, because he does need to use an X-Spec. Acid Armor is the best outcome.
Ooh.
Oh no, he didn't crit.
Oh, no minimize. Oh, please don't. Whew. Okay, we haven't had it yet.
He's gonna heal here, and so will Koga, so he's gonna stay out of Torrent here. Oh, never mind, he's just gonna reset.
That's fair.
Yeah. Headbob candying here to 44 because you happen to have 2 rare candies. This is the best place to do it on the normal route. Whereas Kapital, or did he already candy? I actually don't remember what happened. Either way, Odden doing
Still
the
on the
Blaine fight at 4 HP.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Wait, does Blaine's Arcanine have extreme speed or some sort of fast attacking move?
Not in this game.
Okay, well then that's... I mean, then it's completely fine. I was worried that you could end up being hit by some bad luck on that one.
Yeah.
Although, 31
definitely.
speed.
Let's see. So now Kapital gonna go ahead and use the X special. Getting Sludge here. Getting crit by Sludge.
Oh my god. Bad RNG continues. I mean, it's gotta happen to somebody.
Yeah, it always happens to somebody in these races. Headbob going into Erica here.
In fairness,
Torrent Surf kills Victory Bell. It's a range at lower levels, but at 44 it's just guaranteed.
In fairness,
so he's gonna...
Odd is now at 7 HP, not 4.
Yeah. I don't know if that's Torrent. I think it's a little close.
Yeah, I mean...
Personally.
Although,
let me think.
we now have our deck of cards fully stacked on Headbob. He has his fighting move, he has his psychic move, he has his dark move, he has his ice move, and he has his water move. So, for all the type matchups...
So, his moveset is basically complete. And he also hit his Blizzard, by the way, on Erica, so... Very simple and clean fight.
Yeah, I mean, you look away
Kapital
for
going ahead and using Surf.
Blink and Erica's beaten.
Critting the Muck for good measure.
Yeah, I mean...
A little upset with the Muck, and reasonably so.
I mean, of course, I mean, you gotta play it safe on crit at this point, because, I mean, he's not really in Torrent.
Yeah, very close. Very, very close.
I don't know why we're being so, like, sarcastic.
Why are we doing this? I don't know.
I don't know.
We just have a habit of, like, asking...
To be clear and restate, Torrent is 1/3 of your HP. Anything but at 40 or below would be Torrent for Kapital at this point in time. There is no way that he's not in Torrent at 19 health.
Yeah. And the same would go for Odden. He's at, I think, 7 HP right now.
He's at 7 right now.
He's going to be candying after this fight right here, so he'll level up 3 times effectively. So he'll be like at 16 HP or so. Which I think can still be a potion if he wants to do that for safety, but as long as you just hit your Blizzard, it doesn't matter. Yeah, oh no! Headbob! Okay. Alright. So Headbob going ahead and hitting the Arbok spinner here himself. This is a spinner that you have to pass 3 times, so I guess he hit it on the first time, so he's not going to have to bother trying when passing the spinner the next 2 times.
Silver linings.
Yep. Works out. Only have to pass once if you just fight. You don't even have to pass once, you just pass.
It's a Galaxy Brain play at that point. Headbob.
Look at that, he doesn't even have to walk.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry.
Just running the entire way, it's so easy. Why don't we do this more often?
It's a time save, honestly. You don't have to live in fear anymore. Headbob doesn't live in fear. Headbob defeats the enemy in front of him. Kapital going home for a visit and running right past his mother, who just baked some cookies and is going straight to Blaine. There's a fisherman having a bit of a fish while he surfs on top of a Blastoise. The fisherman is like, nice, that's a cool Pokemon.
I think everyone entered the water from the left and ended up doing what's effectively like red movement. I don't even think Odden's a red runner, so fascinating, but works out. Either way, a Sylph Rival here.
Memory, the instinct from Red Runner's past.
True. He has all of our collective experience or something.
It's like the Dalai Lama, where like they have the memories of each reincarnation. And Odd is he's the avatar.
Headbob
Blizzard,
at +2.
Surf, Mega Kick, Bite. Only the avatar can master all 4 type matchups.
Oh my gosh. Headbob missing a Blizzard, and he's dead.
Oh no. Well, it goes to show that
Hate
you
to see
always
those when you miss Blizzard with an X accuracy. Like
Venusaur. Always respect
coming up
Venusaur.
here, he's gonna have to like basically BS his way through this Venusaur now. Not to mention the Gyarados coming up afterwards. Never mind, he just decided to wipe. So that means Odden is slightly ahead, I think. Well, actually, I guess not, because Headbob doesn't have to pass the spinners. I don't know.
Yeah, see, again.
This is very close.
It's a spinner again. It's the optimal strat. We just didn't know.
See if he flies to Saffron or... Okay, yeah, he does fly to Saffron. Good job. That's another neat thing. He doesn't have to turn into T either. But yeah, Odden's now ahead. With that Blizzmiss. Very unfortunate.
But also, think about the savings that he's going to have now that he doesn't have to fight that spinner.
Oh yeah, he already did. Dude, he's just rubbing it in on all of our faces. Like we have to pass him 3 times. He only passes it like 1 time out of 6. Or
he can pass him
actually
6 times. Doesn't need to worry any of those times. No manips required. See,
whereas Odden's gonna bag nip the spinner. So
Headbob
Headbob is still ahead.
Wiped on purpose to move that spinner again.
This time. He is saving this time. Not gonna make the same mistake twice.
Then he can fight the rival in Geo. Although, as you can see by the time save, see Odd having to be safe on the spinner, but Headbob, he's like, nah, don't need to worry about it. Every single time, the time save. It's made him get all the way over here. See, Odd was ahead for a second, now he's not anymore.
Problem is, like, Headbob's not gonna get torn anytime soon, but it's still fine.
Yeah. And we'll be seeing that get paid off in a second.
So he's just going to +3. I think Pidgeot has Whirlwind, so... yeah.
It's like, hello, smaller Pidgey. Hello, smaller pigeon bird.
He's got... so he's going to be down a lot of X accuracies for the late game, but it's acceptable. Kapital got burned on the left.
Pidgeot,
so I guess...
why? That Pidgey was family! Okay, now we're going to see them both in the same battle at the same time. So this will be interesting because Odd is intolerant and Headbob isn't, so we might see the actual physical difference between these two. In real time! So there's the Pidgeot down.
Let's see, Odden's attempt on Self Rival. And Headbob hits the Blizzard this time around.
Ooh, that's a good
goodness.
Venusaur.
He also has to hit this Blizzard on the Gyarados. He's at +2, so it is guaranteed.
Why didn't you just learn Thunder? XD.
Thunder.
Thunder Punch. Just punch him with lightning.
I don't know what moves Blastoise learns, and I have no idea where said moves are either, so...
It'd be funny if Thunder Punch knocked the Blastoise out as well, because, I mean, like... It's also super effective.
Yeah,
and it's full of lightning.
The thing is, like, Blastoise is also really bulky, and you don't have the same type of attack bonus, and also Thunder Punch isn't the strongest move of all time, so Thunder Punch probably wouldn't knock it out.
He is coming up against the Alakazam, though. And it gets one shot. You gotta respect it. It is dangerous if it gets to do anything, but luckily for Headbob, that is not the case. Odd stream seems to have frozen for a second. Oh, no, there we are. It's just playing sound effect. We're good. Okay, so there's Growlithe.
Let's see. Yeah, the game is making up for the 3 out of 3 surges somehow. Let's see. I wonder what Kapital's going to do, because he's still burned, so he's probably going to Full Restore, or he could, like, go shop and buy a full heal, I guess, or something, but I'm guessing he's just going to Full Restore for something. I don't know off the top of my head what he's going to do. but see. I'll see what he does. He ended up deciding to finish the Blaine fight in Vile Burned, so. And now Headbob's gonna clear out this other guard rocket, and Odden's gonna do the same shortly.
Right, so Capital is leaving Blaine, which means that their next stopping point is going to be Erica. Which, I mean, you make do. I mean, even the emulator was fighting Capital on this run.
Yeah,
Emulator
true.
stopped working.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong about that.
Some people say this time, you know, it's not the best time, but I say that this is a story of triumph, of wrestling against the RNG system and the emulator.
Okay, so Capital's going to take the center in this case. So he's going to go ahead and do the Erica fight at full HP. He could do an X special strat on Erica because Torrent doesn't have Torrent. But I'm guessing he's probably just going to YOLO 2 Blizzards on the Victory Bell and then the Vile Plume.
Now we got two people on the Giovanni fight at the same time. That's... oh, you want to see that? That's close. SpeedGaming is raiding SpeedGaming.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you for the raid, us. It's like that one picture of the guy putting a medal on himself. Okay, so there is the end of the Giovanni fight for Headbob. How many Pokemon does Odd have left? It's two more.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're halfway through the fight on him. This is getting close. This is really close right now.
Headbob gonna go ahead and escape rope out of Sylph and head over to Erica. Oh, no, Sabrina, not Erica.
Sabrina.
That would be Capital. Capital's heading to Erica.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
close.
close.
One trainer away from the gym battle. No. Trainers in the Sabrina gym. You skip all of them. You make sure that you memorize the teleporter route, and then you just teleport your way all the way over to Sabrina and go for it straight away. Although she does have some pretty fast Pokemon, and Psychic is not the best matchup for a Blastoise at the same time. As long as you respect it, this one should be okay.
He has Torrent as well, so he doesn't have to set up an X special. He just uses Torrent Surf. But he will need to use an X speed on the Venomoth because his speed RV will not outspeed the Alakazam.
Yeah.
Odden's will. He will actually outspeed the Alakazam without an X speed.
He's a lightning bolt. There's Mr. Mime there. So
Here's
that might be the
Capital's
saving.
fight.
We are super close right now.
Oh, he's biting. Alright, that works too.
There's the X speed.
Never mind. That's going to be heal range.
Paralyzed. Oh, Capital's paralyzed. And he's in heal range. You don't want to see that. Every time the RNG is allowed to roll a dice, it rolls a 1 for Capital.
And now Capital's actually just going to go ahead and YOLO the Blizzards.
Odd's Turtle is so speedy that he skips the Carbos. He skips the speed boost. He doesn't need it. He's a lightning bolt. Like, I mean, Odd's Blastoise probably can learn Thunder Punch because it's just so fast. Zapping around. Okay,
so Headbob's gonna escape rope out as well.
Yes, he is.
Capital is just gonna casually hit 2 YOLO Blizzards. Alright. Headbob flying over to Speed.
This is the place where you'll see the speed get caught up because Odd didn't need to use.
Oh yeah, he's buying items.
Oh, I miss.
So Headbob's gonna go ahead and buy some more items because he lost a lot of those X-Acts on Self-Ravel. So that does put Odden ahead actually. While Headbob does takes a little bit of a detour.
Odden Squirtle can outspeed Extreme Speed. Odden Squirtle is so fast that it can outspeed the entire game. It's already by the Elite Four, you have to catch up to it.
Our feed is just catching up to that.
Yeah, you when you battle the rival, he always battles the next step of rival. So we're all seeing people with Pidgeys, and he's already fighting the Pidgeotto rival. He's such a fast Pokemon. So if you look there in Giovanni's gym, spoiler by the way, Giovanni, the head of Team Rocket, is gym leader. What you see Odd do there is he goes up to the corner and speaks to the karate. Was it karate? The black belt. And he does that for the same reason. If you let the trainer see you and react to you, it costs a lot of time. And honestly, this way is just faster, especially considering how far the black belt himself has to walk. So, you know, you save a lot of time by doing the conversation instead. By initiating.
Odden going ahead and going for Water Pulse in Torrent, which is, I believe, a range. The Surf without
here,
Torrent is...
having to respect the trainer, because unlike Galaxy Brain Bob, he didn't fight him. Save an entire 5 seconds. 5 seconds, no. Honestly, because he had to restart, Headbob probably did save time fighting the rocket there.
Capital just going into self-rival without saving. We've seen firsthand how that can go.
Exactly.
Hopefully it just doesn't do that again.
We really want to hope Capital gets some
also
good
at high
RNG on
HP
this
too. It's also at high HP, so like one Blizz
Full
miss
HP.
might be fine. Yeah, definitely high HP. A little bit of an understatement on my side of things.
Yep, I mean that Blastoise is basically on death's door at this point. He's taking a whole peck. There's one Surf. Pidgeot has been brought down. We got 4 more Pokemon on the rival A. This is going to be a Blizzard one. Let's hope it hits. Oh,
there's another Blizzard hit. Why is everything just missing?
At least the Sleep Power missed.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess
so
that makes
Marowak
sense.
is down. Nidoqueen. Gonna hit him with a Surf. We've got 3 Pokemon left on Headbob's Giovanni. And we've got
He's on Cool Trainer before Giovanni.
Cool Trainer? Oh!
I think they both fought the Cool Trainer, so Odden's heading over to Giovanni now.
Wait.
Did
there's 5
Capital
Pokemon
just miss
on the Cool
again?
Trainer?
Okay,
listen,
so...
like I said, every time Capital lets the game roll a dice, it's always a 1. Every single time. The game doesn't want Capital to do well. Which is a shame, because we want Capital to do well.
Exactly.
Oh well, sometimes you just have those days. Can't be helped. So there's the Cool Trainer down. And Headbob is going to march towards Giovanni now. On the other hand, Odd actually is on Gio now, and he is in torrent range. Pretty close, but he's in there. This time not even being sarcastic.
So this fight is... So Giovanni's just kind of free.
Yeah.
The entire gym is pretty much free, regardless of whether you have Torrent or not. But if you don't have Torrent, you do have to use a few more Surfs, and keeping track of your Surf count is important.
So, I said, I was talking with Odd before the race. He's commented as well, and I was a little bit nervous about it. And he was saying, "I'll see you in an hour and a half." And I said, "No, I have to do the interviews." And he said, "Yeah, I'm in the race. You're interviewing me too." And I went, "Wow, I'm a fool. I'm just a straight up idiot." Speaking of straight up idiot, Giovanni bringing ground types to a water fight.
Yeah.
Talk about the greatest mobster of all time. That's the Earth badge down for Odd, which means we're gonna go see the Victory Road, and then after the Victory Road, we're gonna see the Elite Four. We gotta pray for no hail, and we gotta pray for some good RNG on Odd's half.
Capital getting Torrent on his side by using Water Pulse on the Drazi instead of Surf. And then, before we head over to Victory Road, we have to first fight one more rival fight.
Because he just likes to keep annoying you. Like,
yeah, he really wants to smell us later. So he's just going to do it again. Gonna heal the full here with the full restore that we picked up earlier.
Now he's full back and ready, and now we're gonna have Rival, Victory Road, Elite Four, and then Rival. And after that, we can lay our heads down and have a rest, because I'm imagining everybody's a little bit tired after that. It's a very intense run for the runners.
Yeah,
Especially
this has been close the entire way.
Especially after being emotionally drained by the lab, because we saw what was probably the best part of, like, what, 30 seconds in the lab? But in an actual run, you'll spend hours there. You'll spend hours trying to get that squirrel, because once you have a runnable squirrel, you have like 1 or 2 places that could go badly, but you need a runnable squirrel.
Capital is through Giovanni. Giovanni 2. And Odden's setting up to +2 and also setting up an X-Sack.
I believe asking if this beats Kaka pace, but I don't know, because I haven't looked at any of the other race times. I don't want to spoil those for anybody who's doing this as a VOD. Although, there is an interesting bit of spice there. I can't remember where you're from, Kaka. Is it Denmark? Because if it is, the Scandinavian battle. Who will win?
He has the best time in round 1 so far. He has the 2 best race times
12
in
seconds.
general. Also, Headbob just dies to another Blizzmas. It's not even special at this point. Like, they're just missing blizzards all over the place. Like, what's going on? Headbob's probably just going to end up wiping again. Yeah. This is just not going well right now.
It's just, you don't like to see the miss of the blizzard.
Odden just going for a blizzard right away.
Going for
So
the
he can just
Hyper
fight
Pump, it
that.
misses. Yep.
Doesn't have a super potion, so hitting into feel range is acceptable.
Blastoise, big fan of sushi. Having a nice little bit of a nibble of that Gyarados is a tasty snack.
Oh gosh. Headbob heading back over to Viridian because he's gonna go fight Viridian rival again.
It hurts, but you know, it's a pretty quick recovery. It's not the quickest, but it's quick.
I think that's the first takedown that I've actually seen myself. Over on Odden's side, he used an X speed so that he can go up against Alakazam.
Here we go.
Capital is in Turbo Torrent over on the left, critting the Venomoth for good measure, because why not?
Yes!
He also set up an X speed.
Turbo Elite. The executive torrent. That's what he's got right there.
Headbob getting Feather Dance this time around. Odden getting a 1% encounter, but he did take an extra step, so...
Props to the real greatest speedrunner of them all, the Rival. Who skips the entirety of everything and is already by the end before us. Now that's a speedrun strat.
And he does it with catching pokes, too. Like, we don't even catch that many. Catches, like, a full, giant, fully trained team.
Makes you think, though, doesn't it? Makes you think... Probably not doing the gyms. He's probably snuck past all the guards and just pretended that he'd beaten the
He just got all the badges Ash style. Don't actually win the fights, just get the badge anyways.
Just steals them all. He's actually the leader of Team Rocket. Which would make sense because he's a much tougher fight than Giovanni.
True. The Shadow Leader.
Speaking of Giovanni, we got Kapital in the fight in the black belt now, which means 2 fights and then Gio.
Yep, and Odden's just gonna teach strength right now because you do need to use strength in Victory Road.
I've seen Odd practice a few of the Victory Road movements. It's quite tricky. It is quite tricky.
Yeah.
Like I said, the movement is already pretty clunky if you're trying to do it at a particular speed. And when you're trying to move those boulders, and you can't mess it up, because some of the positions of those boulders, if you mess it up, you have to leave and go back, and you gotta be careful. Oh look, there's some grass. Now that would have been an encounter. Doesn't have to X-speed. Fastest Pokemon ever lived.
Just, so Headbob got range, so if Alakazam does use Calm Mind, the rain just goes ahead and basically undoes the 1.5 times special defense boost, so you just save an X speed.
Have you ever had a Squirtle so fast they've given you a PB?
Yes, actually. I think my current PB has a Squirtle with like 22 speed, though. Interestingly enough. Not very good
on
that end.
Apex 31 speed. Blisteringly fast.
Yeah.
The Squirtle has trained and learned instant transmission. It's teleporting everywhere.
So Headbob teaching strength as well. Let's see. So he's going to be hitting the water, and Audden's going to push the next boulder. Couple of
Capital is on
boulders
the
here.
cool trainer, which means one more before the Geo fight. It's a pretty free fight. It's not particularly scary, but that's one Pokemon left. The
Yeah.
Queen of the Nidos. And that's the Nido Queen down. See the little stutters from Odd, making sure that the movement is absolutely right. And every now and then you'll see a repel wore off, because the last thing you really want in this tunnel where you're trying to get these movements right is to get attacked every 5 seconds by random
Onyxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Round 2 runners would know. Because here, this is where you would be making up your last few catches if you're running round 2. And Onyx has a really bad catch rate, and it also shows up way more often than you would like it to.
And that's super repel used right there. We got the dead
And he's
trio.
going to pass the Cold Trainers here. Good. There's a double fight coming up here. I don't know if Auden can just YOLO and walk straight past them. Because if you only have one Pokemon alive, you can just go ahead and do that. Just see how they're doing and bike around. And then bike around. But
we can't see what's going on with Headbob right now because the screen is frozen. But honestly, it's really just him talking to a bunch of guards and them saying, "Yes, you have this badge." On the other hand, we're on the last part of the Giovanni fight for Capital.
And Auden is out of Victory Road.
And Auden is out. What? I looked away for a second.
And Auden is out. No. Headbob's stream went down, it looks like.
Oh no.
So I guess we're going to be switching over to Capital's audio.
That's fair. And this is another interesting part, where Odd is putting every one of the Pokemon into the PC. This heals up the Blastoise to full, but also lets you get rid of the other Pokemon, because at this point, you're not going to be swapping out to your other Pokemon, you're only going to want the Blastoise.
Yeah. Oh, Headbob's back! Woohoo!
He's back!
Alright.
Oh, Repel wore off. But those are some speedy moves. Capital's going to twirl his way out of the Geo Gym, the Rock Boy, and he's going to run over to the rival fight.
And Auden's starting up Lorelei, saving here, which is definitely an option.
Yeah, because you restart every time you get Blizzard. It's terrifying.
Oh gosh.
Nah, it's a time save. Really.
That would be really wild.
The ridiculous. Okay, so
Headbob
is about
Auden's going to be setting up to +4 on the Dugong, and Dugong has one specific move that can be kind of troll. It's called Hail.
We've talked about it a lot.
And it does not get hailed right away. I was like thinking it's just going to be a caster curse, you just get it turn 1, and I'd be upset. But no, so far so good. Surf is the best outcome. Safeguard's also pretty neat. You don't take damage. Getting another surf. Alright, make it 4 for 4. Come on.
It's just the silence, it's the suspense. Ice Beam,
okay, Ice Beam.
It's not the best, but it's fine. It's not very effective.
Okay, cool. Flinch or crit. Do something.
Yeah, yes! Oh wow, you're blessing him.
We got
you're blessing him.
That's our first Hailus of the tournament.
Oh yeah.
Love to see it.
You do, you really do. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen with my little eyes. Cloyster now, getting a snack. Shellfish, delicious. Blastoise loves it.
Iron Dre is proud. Shout out to Iron Dre.
Giving you the
our resident Hailus aficionado.
A man of culture, no less.
Yeah, I must agree on that.
Okay, so there's the Slowbro down. The Slowpoke tail, delicious. You can ask anybody from Pokemon Silver. There's the Jinx.
Headbob getting a Safeguard, and there's the Hail.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know, we had one Hailless. We couldn't have hoped for a 3 Hailless. That'd have been crazy.
I think we've had some races where we got 3 Hailless, but we had more people than 3. So,
okay, so
it's not like all 3.
Yeah, 100% Hailless is it's a pipe.
Auden, please flinch or a crit.
Crit.
Okay, he just full restores that.
Yeah.
Lapras will have a Citrus Berry kick in, so that won't be heal range.
Yeah, that's beautiful. The Citrus Berry actually hurts the Lapras more than it helps it.
Yeah, we've actually had some interesting cases where Lapras gets hit into heal range even after the Citrus Berry. I think Kapital actually triggered one of those recently while practicing and learning. While practicing.
Right.
Headbob gonna go ahead and heal the full here on the Dugong because hail is still going, so why not? Also gets crit, so it works out.
So yeah, Headbob's still on the Dugong. It's pretty important. The Dugong's attacks aren't particularly dangerous, which is why you build up your specs on the Dugong. The other ones you don't really want to mess with them. So you want to give them some space. But then again, you also run the risk of the hail slowly chipping away at your health, wearing you down, and you get ice.
Another thing is, like, Dugong's also really bulky, so you need +4 just to two-shot it. So you actually have to set up on Dugong, unfortunately. I've mentioned this near the beginning of the race, but FireRed LeafGreen route used to teach Brick Break to use that on Lorelei, but you'd have to set up to +5 or 6 on attack, which really sucks. Odden taking the guard spec list strat over on the right for Bruno, where you just go ahead and take one Rock's Tomb and then take a bunch of Earthquakes. And then he'll go ahead and get the speed back with the next speed. I think. Okay. And he's all good. That's a nice thing about not taking Carbos with 31. Okay, he's going to heal now, which is... Actually, that's fine, because he just gets Earthquake. Yep.
Yeah, he gets Earthquake, and...
Now he goes.
Now he's in a great spot. And he's going to bite the rock. Again, with the biting the rock. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But I guess it works.
When you're at +3, you can do that. If you're at +2, you have to surf it, or Water Pulse, I guess, if you have it.
Common misconception, rock types aren't made of rock, they're made of rock candy, they're delicious. Super sweet, fun for the whole family. Here comes Hitmonlee. Just gonna surf and turf. Gonna surf on the Hitmonlee and it's gonna be sent into the turf. And Headbob has begun the Bruno fight, so we're about half an Elite Four difference at this point.
Let's see what Headbob does.
Odd mentioned that he was aiming for
getting a rock
minutes.
to miss.
Do we think that's likely? I don't know. I'm not good at adjusted times. Odd said he wanted to go for the 18 minutes, like 2 hours, 18 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happening at this rate.
Wow, he really is going to get a PB with his speed.
Soon.
This is the fastest Blastoise.
Oh wait, what's going on Headbob's side? What the heck is that? So he's just gonna kill the Onix. Does not have Torrent, unfortunately. I guess I don't know what he's doing. I think he's gonna be getting Torrent off of Hitmonchan, but I don't know what he's at right now. Oh no, he's just killing it. Never mind. Okay, so hopefully he's at +4 then. Because Machamp without Torrent dies at +4. Odden going into the worst of the Elite Four fights. This is Agatha.
Yeah. The spooky ghost lady.
This Gengar has Double Team. You have to set up on it while it's double teaming in your face. So it's quite similar to the Surge fight. And it can also throw a Shadow Punch your way for some reason.
A double team,
so
that still hits.
Good job, alright.
Hit. That's fortunate.
Odden's done in this fight, basically. Just click surf a couple more times. And Headbob's turn on Agatha. It's going to suck more for him because he does not have Torrent. Oh, he's just going in. Not even saving.
That's a brave play from Headbob. Let's see if that brave play will make up the time. I mean, you gotta take risks sometimes. You gotta have that belief.
He does not have Torrent, so he's gonna have to set up to +3 if he can't get Torrent off of the Gengar. We have seen runners get Torrent anyways, so we'll see what happens here.
Here's the danger now. Any bad run, any bad bit of RNG from Odd or Headbob, and Kapital has a chance of coming back. That's the Elite Four for you.
What? Okay, just hit. Alright, so that works.
Just, yeah, I mean...
Okay.
Just Shadow Punch into Torrent. It's easy.
every time someone's gone into Agatha without Torrent so far, they just went ahead and got it before having to set up any extra XP, so I guess it works.
Spirit of the warrior.
Yeah. Oh man. So Odden's now heading to lands.
Here it comes. Here's Dragon Man. The
and
last fight.
Capital's starting up his Lorelei fight on the left as well.
Yes, indeed.
So
Let's see if this one's going to have a
Killing
hail.
will be Odden.
The
Safeguard
spirit of
turn
the
1
warrior.
makes it more likely to see hail somewhere, unfortunately. But
Oh, there we are.
turn 2 hail is like the second best thing that can happen out of the hails, so it's fine, I guess.
It's the second best? Why is that?
Turn 1 hail is the best option because it, what is it? It wears off after you kill the dugong. But
Okay, yeah,
if you get turn 2 hail, the hail won't pelt slow pro. But there is a chance you get protect from the cloister. And there is a chance you get protect from the cloister anyways. Capital is just going to go ahead and use one of the turns to just heal, and then just get frozen right afterwards, which really sucks. Headbob's just going in without saving, I believe.
Well,
I'm just going to heal that on the right.
He's going for it. Bob's going for it. You gotta respect that guts, that
Punch of the
moxie.
dugong is good. And good job for the Gyarados there. Gyarados critting Headbob for some reason. Alright then. What did Odden do there?
Ooh.
So he ended up biting and not getting the kill, so he's gonna have to Blizzard, bite, and Blizzard here. Or he can go for Blizzard again, I guess. Crit? Okay, never mind.
So there's the Gyarados down for Odd. Headbob has won that time back. They are super close.
He's just not even healing at this point. Alright. So he needs to not miss his Blizzards then. And I think he still has to heal for the Aerodactyl anyways, so he might choose to heal... Actually no, he's just going to have to heal on Aerodactyl, never mind.
He's like a battering ram. Headbob is like a battering ram, beating at that door of number 1 spot.
Okay. I guess Odden could do a Torrent Surf there on the Dragonair. How is Capital getting those types of giant rolls on Lapras? But at least it's not heal range this time around.
Yeah.
So he's done with the Lorelei fight on the left.
Yep, there we go. He's just got Bruno at Agatha.
So Headbob's ahead now because Odden ended up biting the Dragonair and triggering a heal range or something of that sort. So Headbob's back in the lead.
I know, right? It's glorious. So you want to see, there's the Dragonite getting blizzarded. Look at how close this fight is.
Actually, no, this is really close. Yeah, Headbob's still ahead, actually.
There's the wing attack.
Odden doesn't have to heal this, he can just surf. Yep.
And then surf. He's in torrent range.
This is very close now.
Oh, it is close. So if Headbob doesn't save and succeeds, he might beat Odd if Odd does save. Here we go, here's the sound.
So this is going to be very tight now. Comes down to champion, just as you would want it to be here in FireRed LeafGreen.
This is the race you live for. The race where there's 2 people.
Headbob's not saving. Let's see what
Odden does.
Saving. This is he's committing for this one. And so is Odden. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. They are all committing for this one.
No fear.
Let's see what happens here. Let's see.
Our hearts are racing. Your hearts are racing. The stream's hearts are racing.
They really want to see Sand Attack and Feather Dance. They really want to see that move right now, and multiple times. There's one. There's one.
Sand Attack.
2.
Oof. Protected by the
Aerial
mist.
Ace on Odden's side. That's not great for him.
Yeah.
Other Dance
X
also
speed.
works.
Oh, another one on Headbob. He's getting the RNG.
So Headbob just
another one.
wins
Oh
it
my
if
God.
he can hit all his blizzards now. Because Odden's going to want to heal at some point. Yep, he's doing it now.
Yep. So that's the Pidgeot. Pidgeot is down.
Alright, and now it's the Venusaur.
Right. So we want
An
to
X
see
accuracy, and then he has to hit still.
the Blizzard.
Even at
needs
full
to hit.
HP, missing will basically be a
He's
death.
charging for a Solar Beam.
So he needs to hit. Good.
You'll
Okay.
never see that Solar Beam. Goodbye, Venusaur.
Capital strengthening the Onyx on the left.
Yeah.
Odden has Torrent. I said.
Kazan.
Yeah. Anyways,
Odden has Torrent, and Headbob has, I don't know, God and Anime on his side.
let's see. Odden just going for the Blizzard, not even using an Axe accuracy now. You can
Oh my
feel
God.
it.
Oh my God. And he's down.
Odden levels out of Torrent here, but that's fine. Actually, wait. Oh, he has to crit this, right? I don't know what he's at right now. Okay, never mind. He's at +3. He's fine. Okay, Headbob
Okay, so 3
is almost
Pokemon
done. If he flinches this, it's basically done. Now he hits, and he wins. He wins this.
Whoa. He wins by second. It's a photo finish.
This
There's
is
the
definitely the. I think this is just flat out the closest finish of the tournament so far. And Headbob's bad special defense comes into play as he gets Flamethrower instead of Extreme Speed, so that does save him a little bit of time. And he will win this with a 216.
216 is a really good time. And it's going to be a 217 on Odden, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is pretty nice, because he was
crits-
going for 18. He even
wait,
got under
no.
that.
That's heal range. Right? Never mind, it's
No.
not.
No. Yeah, oh god.
Alright! Works out.
Nice. Okay, so we're on the 16. Timer stop is pretty soon on Headbob now.
Capital going into
Agatha, the spiciest
Agatha.
fight.
And Odden's gonna finish with a 217.
Which is lovely. You love to see that. It's nice. When somebody aims for a number and they get under it. So I need to check some of my statistics, some of my research. Headbob's race PB is 211, so actually pretty close to that. You know, with all the nerves and stress that comes with a race, that's pretty good. And it is so close. Like, look at that. That's a 216.47 on Headbob. That's a nice number to see. And it's going to be what, like
Very solid.
1704 or something like that? No, it's going to be more than that.
What
It's
is
going to be more than that. It's 217 something.
Yeah, I think it's something in the tens. I don't know. I wasn't
14,
track.
15 maybe. It's going into the Pokemon thing.
And Capital's at full HP on Gengar. That's really scary.
Aw, I wasn't in the teens. Aw.
And he hits. Alright.
And there's another reason why you only go into the Elite Four with one Pokemon, because it saves time on this screen.
Yeah, and also a lot of the pokes that the Elite Four sends out, they have like Whirlwind and what is it? They have Whirlwind and Roar. So if you set up too much, you just get forced over to your next Pokemon, which undoes everything and
you never want to see that.
Basically starts the fight all over for you.
But 46 seconds between the two of them. 46 seconds. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's all in the brave, courageous plays from Headbob. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it.
I'm gonna actually mark them in stun. I need to do that. Hang on a sec. Just realized.
Okay, do your responsible stuff. These are the kind of races you live for.
Yeah,
Capital's still
that was
going, you know.
crazy.
I mean, 218, you know. If it gets to a decent time, you know, might still be.
Champ really changed that. Like, The finishing times it was almost a full minute apart, but that's almost all from Champ at the very end, after everything that went on.
Exactly.
Hello, Headbob. Welcome.
The
Hi.
warrior!
Hi.
Oh,
Congratulations on your warrior spirit.
You just hard committed to that one, and
So,
congratulations on winning.
funny story. So, the Viridian rival thing, that was an accident. And after I did that, I was, like, very ashamed, so I, like, turned my phone over, so I completely lost all connection with, like, the other racers. And I turned my
Yeah.
phone back over at the end of Champ, and I was, like, shocked to see people saying GG Headbob. I was, like, actually shocked.
Yeah.
Well,
Odden had a lot of trouble with, and he triggered a lot of like heal ranges and stuff like that. So you ended up catching up.
and the no saves. The courageous strats. Oh, you don't know. That race. Oh, I got our hearts going. You didn't see it, and that's even crazier to me because I thought you saw where Odd was. I thought you planned around that and thought, well, I'm going to skip the save so that I can get that chance at victory. We thought that's what was going on, but as it turns out, you didn't even see it.
Well, I knew that I was behind. I knew I was, like, minutes behind after Viridian rival.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd just skip the saves at the very least and just play normally. See what happens, but...
And it paid off for you. Paid off real well.
Yeah, do you have any other thoughts you want to say?
I mean, I'm not really sure what else I could have expected from not practicing at all, really. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not happy with how I played at all. But
We can see the red habits, the habits from the old school games.
mhm.
A lot of the tendencies there, which, you know, it's not a bad thing. It shows that you've practiced some of the very similar games, and like we can see it. We can see the old school in that.
Yeah, there was a few things with the I think in Lavender Tower I started to go down before realizing.
That was one such instance.
But yeah,
Either way, like, still pulled through, and you realized it, but you also think, let's see. But overall, yeah, you had some mistakes, but you still pulled through and you finished at the end. So, GG's to you.
Well,
yeah, the image of my stats was me cropping it like during the run. I cropped it during the run. And,
Oh yeah,
and just put it up there. Just hoped it would work out.
that was beautiful.
the blurry image. It has a level 5. It's more detailed than the other ones.
Yeah, that's the other program. The one that has the flow timer built in, has the level in it.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that one. I don't use it, but either way, yeah. We'll see if Odden will come in, and then Kapital once he's finished. He's heading into Champ, by the way. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're watching.
I'm watching, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, he's heading into Champ now. It looks like his timer. It's probably going to be sub 230, right? It's like very unlikely.
Surely,
yeah. But I mean, he's had a really, really unlucky game.
Yeah, very few things are on his side, and same can be said for you and Odden, in all honesty. Hello, Odden. Speaking of Odden.
Hello.
So yeah, you are here now. Congratulations, you have advanced, I believe.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah. So both of you two have advanced. Congratulations. And so, how are you feeling? I could see you were having a little bit of trouble in the Elite Four.
I bit the champ when I should have Blizzard on Gyarados, and it messed up my ranges.
Yeah.
So I lost probably 45 seconds on champ, and probably like as much at Lance, sadly. But no. I
On the
think the
bright
mistake.
side, it's
I
a
think the-
slight mistake, so you can think to yourself, you know, next time you can go faster.
I think the
Capital's
biggest
going for
mistake
Bright Surf. He doesn't have Torrent though.
Oh.
Crit.
Oh
No.
God.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're saying
sorry
Alden?
about interrupting. Y'all keep going.
Oh, unlucky. No, I think that the biggest mistake I did was that I saved for every E4 fight and played it super safe. I should have just like since I saved, I should just have YOLO'd.
No, I think you played it correctly.
No,
I think it's just.
I both saved and then I played it like super slow. I should either like choose to save or play it safe. I can't do both because I think that messed up. I also lost like 30-40 seconds in the beginning, I think, because I didn't show the Squirtle. So I reset before doing the first battle to show the Squirtle correctly. So I wasn't out of the lab until like 3:35. Whereas
Oh,
usually I'm
so
out
that's
at
what
3
happened,
minutes,
alright.
and that's the 30 seconds I get. Oh, it's 45, so I wouldn't have won anyway, but yeah. So I lost time there, which kind of sucked.
But that being said, your time is still phenomenal, and you should be really proud of that.
It's
Both of your races,
okay,
so
it's okay.
close, so good. It was so suspenseful at the end, and oh my god, you've aged us horrifically.
Oh yeah,
The
that
stress.
was interesting because it was so close. So that's fun and it's good to watch. But I'm kind of not happy with that. I'm gonna do better next round. Hopefully get 215 at least.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and now we also have Kapital. Welcome in.
Hello.
Sad to see everything that went wrong, but you put in a valiant effort.
I
So-
did my very best. I really wanted it to finish, and unfortunately we didn't, but I hope that I was entertaining at the very least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
A tale of trials and tribulations, ups and downs, the roller coaster of the bad RNG. Your number generator, it really didn't want to work with you in that game. Your emulator at one point didn't want to work with you in that game.
Oh yeah, right. I saw that.
Yeah, so
Like,
Discord
from
crashed
Sammy.
during Koga, when I was in the middle of Koga, and I was already thinking about a lot of stuff because I wasn't in torrent for Koga. So I ended up having to restart the emulator and then come back in, and that lost some time. But honestly, stupid Weedle at the beginning got
Yeah.
crit on the last turn.
Great.
Oh well, I mean, it happens, and I hope that at least I've contributed to the stats that are being taken from this.
That is true.
True.
We had a very good share of our Blizz misses today.
Yeah.
Like you, Headbob, and Auden. I think all of you had some significant miss at some point.
Yeah.
In Headbob's case, multiple, but...
I also
man.
missed 5 mega kicks.
You haven't even got 5 legs.
Man, some really scuffed RNG today, but y'all put it in. Okay, Iron in chat says 6 Blizz misses and 14 Mega Kick misses.
Oh, 40!
Nice.
Lord.
That's interesting. I
I'm glad
thought I
that's
had
what you
pretty good
guys
luck
think of that.
with my RNG. I don't think I missed more than 2 or 3 mega kicks, and I'm not sure I missed a blizzard.
It was
I
the
missed
blessed one.
so many blizzards on Sylph River that I was
Oh,
wondering,
6,
did I
okay.
even use an X accuracy? Did I accidentally skip X accuracy?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I missed 2 on that fight. Oh, it was awful.
The math genius is just like, Huanli missed 6 blizzards on his own. Take that.
Oh.
Which isn't wrong. Oh goodness. I like these joke posts and things over in chat, honestly. So yeah. Kapital, you did a really good job of keeping it close, even after Sammy and all of y'all just put it in and did well, even with whatever the heck happened. Because
Yeah.
I sure don't remember all of it.
It was a valiant effort. You fought against that, but you did fight. You pushed and pushed. You kept yourself competitive. You was never at any point really, truly out of the race. One bit of bad RNG on either Odd or Headbob, and you would have been back. But the thing is, all that bad RNG was on you, and I mean, it's sad to see, but it was definitely not on you. You fought back.
Yeah, you did really well, and you should be proud of it. And all of you should be. I think
Thank
I'm done. I don't know if anyone else has anything to say tomorrow we are continuing the FireRed LeafGreen tournament with a fairly new on the dock race. We actually got 2 individuals who have a type advantage against water, and Thunder and Leaf going up against each other.
Wait, that's so cool.
I thought of that last night while I was trying to go to sleep. I'm just going to be honest about that. So, hope y'all enjoy. Thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, thank you
Nice,
very much.
nice no encounter, Headbob. Alright, see y'all.
GG.
Bye.
GG's.
GG.